Yo, yo, yo! Here we go. Let's rock and roll. Nay, never! You are here. Maca Red Lobster, I did see you, Moosey, and a few others going a bit earlier. LEOLZ, welcome in. How you doing, people? Let's go, Moosey. We're rocking and rolling. Get people in here. 100 bits by Moosey and Rage Star for the 100 bits about an hour ago. Thank you so much for your kindness. Let's rock and roll. Let's keep things going. Let's get ready. And wow, Maca Red Lobster kicks off the hype train by subscribing at Tier 1 for 6 months. This is unreal. Oh my God, what does Knight's What House is saying? Yes, 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 we have a hype train housing. Come on, let's bring those human monies to make it go fast housing. You are uncursed. The Moose. Here we go. Let's keep it going. Hey, Tacos Chemcheck, how you doing? Dog Holiday Hours, people. Come on in, come on in. Oh, here we go. We kicked it. Simon says resubscribe for 3 months at Tier 3. Wow, 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 wow. Then resubscribe for 6 months. Thank you so much, Simon says. Here we go. It's chaos going on. Are you ready? So much to discuss, so much to talk about. And if you smell what we're cooking, because we got loads going on. Hype Train Level 2. Let's keep it going, people. Let's go, let's go. 1 sub or 300 bits to guess the next one. Hey, Lady Patu, how are you? And Farrell, wow, that's really kind of you. I didn't realize he was on. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Jump in, people. Loads to discuss. Michelle, you're here. Grazie on the victory last night. Thank you very much. It is coming home. It's coming home. Football's coming home. Well, my stress levels have reached a brand new level. How's things? Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. I'll be back. You're here. Dark Tree Gaming is here, ladies and gentlemen. The legend is here. Martok, how you doing? Jay Knack has made it in. Karasatach is here. Goofy is here. Even Moosey's on the stage. I don't know what the hell is going on. Some crazy shit is happening. It's going to be awesome. Mom Troy, how you doing? Earth Athena, here we go. Come on in, people. Tell your friends, your uncles, your family, your sister, your brothers. Maybe bribe some people. Get them all in here. There's a big challenge tonight. We're going one-on-one with the big one. And the man is an icon, so... Oh, God, this is going to be tough. Send us people here. Sniper's here. Here we go. MJ Hat is here. This is so many greatness. Coffin House is here. Coffin House is really impressed with all the sheets and all the tools that she hasn't seen in 25 years of playing this game. I know. Don't ask me why. It must be a thing. It must be a thing. But she is here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bring people in. We want to crack on with numbers. We want to do something iconic. Admiral Blue Angel is also here on there. Oat cortados are tasty, Moosey says. Yes. Killer Angel, it's hot again today. I know. I played football in this weather. STFC briefings. The answer's oh, cool Hausen. Inferral with 5 gifted continues the hype train. Thank you, my friend. We are there. We are so close. We're 50% to our sub goal. We've got loads to get on. Ghost Pepper, I feel, is going to join us on stage because we need the snazzy, snarky, attacking style, but kindness of Ghost Pepper to come in here because every pepper can be delicious at the end of all the spikes. Thank you very much, Farrell. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go, people. Let's go. Ads will start in 50 seconds. Hey, Flossie, how you doing? Panda Pirate is here. I've got many geodes, Panda. Many geodes. I've got a STFC right. Quazel's here. Way to the sky. Oh, it is hard to find. Sing it, Colbs. Bum, bottom. Yes, yes, yes! Ad starting in 15 seconds. Let's get the subs out. Yes, I know, Flossie, about the Paragon thing. Jesus. I wanna kill hostiles like thunder. Not afraid to Briefings. Come on in, people. We don't have the numbers yet. 25 more. Hey, it's ad break is starting. Thank you, Knight Botthausen. X-Force is here. Vion Morin Star is here. If you're subscribed, it's amazing. E11E11E11E is in the house. I can see people dropping numbers because the ads are here. Come on, guys. A little bit of support. Gotta fight the good fight for all players. Yes, Murphy, I know. Nige Botthausen has told me we are in ads. I might give it a little bit more time, but the timing with ads is deliberate. Briefings. Ads. No apps. Halo's here. Come on in, people. Someone type it's ads in the chat. I know Nige Botthausen did. Yo, Botthausen, get involved. Take a free ride our way to the sky. Ads are going to be over in 5 seconds. I'll take an STFC. Nige Botthausen says we are back from ads. Welcome back, people. Thank you, Botthausen. Hard to find. Gotta keep on. Oh, Brian Racer's in. Ooh, cool, Hausen. You make a streak, Hausen. We love you, Hausen. Ooh, numbers are low. Oh, God. It makes me reconsider my show because I'm going against a really big guy. Hit my music, please. Let's go. Might as well. I'm depressed. Jim P.I., type the word Sadhausen. Welcome, everyone, to Briefings. We're going to be doing Star Trek Fleet Command the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke's massive ass is starting soon. Today, we're going to be discussing Alliance tournaments. And we're going to be talking about the new tasks. And we're going to rate them from 1 to 100. And we're going to tell you how to achieve them all. Yes, we're going to do it. We've done a sheet. No, I'm not a sheet. I said we're going to do a sheet. No, I didn't call you a sheet. I said, oh, never mind. Here we go. And Lube, don't worry, there's no long video anymore because I'm editing a completely different video. Is it green? John Drell, we don't know if the sheet's green. Actually, oh my God, it actually is green. Okay, yes. Hey, Misha, how you doing? Don't worry, there'll be, I'm editing a brand new, it's gonna be cool. Such a sheet, I know, sheet. No long video, we will kick off with something else because I want to crack on. Let's go.
But is it very evil or very nice?
We're gonna be back. The 16th of July. Will it be Independence Day of the Alliance Tournament, or will it be something else? You are cursed. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to STFC, and we're doing the briefing section of it. Colby, sadly, is a bit busy today. However, yeah, here she is. What is it, Colbs? What is it?
Me
Yeah.
and my fridge friends.
Fridge?
I have an announcement to make.
I thought I was your only
obviously
friend.
Prepared for this by not preparing. Is
What?
this making me look legit? Hey,
Or are we better than friends?
subscribe to my channel.
Oh. Hey, how you doing, LOD? How is everyone today? What an iconic moment. We are here, and we've had some changes, haven't we? Cheers for Portugal. On no habla portugués. On muito obrigado. Their confianza. And that's Moosey speaks Portuguese, by the way, just in case anyone didn't notice. Moose does speak fluent Portuguese, which is fantastic. That's cool housing. We got a minute left on the hype train. Let's go through all the cheers. Killer Angel, thank you for your 100 bits of cheering. Huge streaks with 40, huge streaks with everything else that are going on. We got Little Tim that subscribed another month for tier two, which is absolutely amazing. This is the last month that we got to hit that number. So heavily, everyone's subscriptions will crack us in there and get us going, because that'll be amazing to hit that number. And then we have more this way that we can give away, and less going to Twitchy fans all around the world. You know, Simon says with your amazing, there's loads of streaks from El Mactaco, who's reached a record-breaking time. Is it as record-breaking as Jude Bellingham? Thank you for your 5 gifts, Little Tim. We've got loads to discuss in every way. Jude Bellingham is my hero. Football's coming home, and Lube is a huge football fan. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have called it. Lube loves England. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Hype Train gets to the next level. We're at level 6, which is absolutely amazing. We got loads to talk about. I'm going to get into the details a little bit. We're going to talk about how much of these tasks are achievable. We've made a list of the ones that they put down. We're going to discuss the aspects of it. I'm going to try and see if we can look at what they mean around things. We're not going to just talk through a blog and read it out loud. We're going to get into the details of what this happens, and then we're going to get to all the bottlenecks that are affecting us in the game, because those bottlenecks will affect where you are in the Alliance tournament as well. Now, did you find it strange or fluky, I'm saying complete fluke, that I was talking about what Alliance level is and what achievement that is and why it should be a good idea to have an amazing Alliance level? That is something you should be wary of. Having an Alliance level of 61 means that you have a range of scoring mechanics and a range of abilities to achieve, and also a huge Alliance that can make huge differences. You could be like Albatron and have one of those iconic alliances that are all G6+. That may be cool, but it may be expensive, and you may need some of your little guys to make that big difference in your scoring in the Lions tournaments. And that's something that we should be wary of, and that's something that we should keep an eye on, because that is what's going to make this Alliance tournament, walking into it with a little bit of a breath of fresh air. I think there's going to be some splittage, which may be good. Let's hope the UI as well looks really good, because what I'd love to see a common, uncommon, you know, like a, you know, rare, epic type style where it's very clear. And also things are split by generation, which is very interesting on how tasks are split. I know you'll probably bring this up in detail, Sir Dan says, but sphere tasks based on up level or what level hostile you're hitting. I know, Sir Dan, that is one of the major talking points I have. This is where we need to sort of figure out what works, and also how many gambles you take. Warzone, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in, and Tom Star. But also, these things are critical to figuring out how we're going to achieve this thing. So please keep in mind that we're going to look at it in the aspects of able to do it, and we're going to recommend what you should avoid, unless you want to spend. That's your choice, right? If people want to spend, that's their choice to do so. There are spend tasks, of course, but there are also non-spend tasks as well. And that is really important for people to see and be wary of, right? So, and that's it. I speak Hat fluently. Okay, well, that is what MJ Hat does, which is absolutely amazing. So we've still got 2 minutes left on the hype train. Let's keep it going. You know, give us a bit of luck. 4 subs to get us to the next level. Support the channel, and we'll support everybody else that we do. And we will be looking into the sheets and details and everything like that as we gather along. Colby will be back next week as well. She is just very, very busy today, which is, you know, good on her to do so. She's doing something quite exciting, so really, really proud. 4 subs to go and 1 minute 40 seconds. Hey, Dr. Iron Chef, how you doing? Welcome in. Hopefully you feel better from your stream. and you get better as you get yourself through. Jay Babes with 5 subs to get us to the next level. While we're doing that and the hype train is going, I will go into a little bit of detail, which I'll talk about before we get into the sheets, which we'll go with after the hype train, because I think that's really important to do. So as you go onto the screen, we have the Alliance Tournament updates, right? So the Alliance Tournament blog, absolutely beautifully done by Obsidian Hamster, beautifully written with loads of details. Let's give them credit. Hey, Chronox, how you doing? That is something that's really important to sort of be wary of, is there's loads of detail. We want more detail, don't we? We like detail, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? That is the one thing we would like more of, not less of, and everything will be critical. The thing is, the changes of the reroll system. The reroll system is a whole different thing. Do I think that's enough rerolls with an update? Absolutely not. I don't think it's close. However, depending how these tasks are split, that number may be enough or not. That is one thing to be aware of. From 40 to 60 is depend how many are split. So in other words, if they're split into smaller little aspects and you can aim for the things you want, yes, that's enough. But if it's split into, here's a gobbledygook of 570 tasks, and you've got to make a decision, that is nowhere near enough. That's the difference. Also, just so everyone's clear, there is no conversion token. There's no conversion anything. So let's see what happens in the future with regards to that. Just to be clear, unless there's a surprise, I remember, I don't know anything. I'm not affiliated with the company or an official CC in any way. Everything I do is subject to what I read in the blog. That will be easy to sort of do. And also, they've introduced re-rolls in some of these tasks, which is fine. Right, okay? That is something we can look at. The good thing is they're removing all the really ridiculously $200 tasks that were in the previous version. That's good. We're skipping through this because we don't like to read too much. The thing that will come next will identify the adjustment. So let's not expect this to be absolutely perfect when it comes. I like this tax structure. If all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are 6 separate groups of rerolls, then maybe we have enough rerolls. Do you know what I mean? Like, if these are like the legacy standard tasks, the legacy heroic tasks, the seasonal standard tasks, the advanced tasks, the elite tasks, and the premium tasks are all separated into their own little buckets. Yeah, I know, Maca Red Lobster. I'm going to look at it as a glass at 51%. I'm not going to say half full because just above. And then I'll see what it is. Each category is what they say serves a different purpose and designed to support players with different stages of progression. So you would assume. Remember, when you assume something, you make an ass out of you and me. When you assume is you'd hope that they put them in little brackets themselves. Neither do I, Seridan says. Free-to-play G6, so tasks are the ones I aim for. Now, the good thing is, Seridan's and Maca Red Lobster, we found what are achievable. We're going to show you a spreadsheet that we've done. Well, mostly Quasel. I'm not taking any credit, to be honest with you.
It's teamwork makes the dream work. You talked about it. I created it. We filled it out.
Yeah.
So it's your
good.
show. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. It's my show, but it's the people that makes this show. Without you guys, there's no show. So 8 subs, 1 minute 20 seconds left on the hype train as we keep going. Each category serves a different purpose. So I'm assuming. Ass out of you and me, assuming that each category will have its own role. Obviously, the legacy tasks will be 5,000 points. I think this is where this becomes really critical. You end up with more people at the lower levels. That's why Alliance level 61 becomes quite important. They will able to score heavily. Does it require a lot of grinding? Yes, I would assume. And again, ass out of you and me. Train Doberman, they already took more original rerolls for the first try. Now we start again without the ability to convert again. Train Doberman, as far as I'm aware, it's not that conversion is just not happening in this one. It might come back later on. I know from what I hear, official CCs, remember, I'm not an official CC or associated or affiliated or in any way have any association with Scopely whatsoever, will hopefully be able to bring that back, right? And remember, the rerolls are called refreshes in your inventory, which is why people can't find them. 15 seconds left on this hype train. 8 subs. Oh, that's far away. No one's going to do that. Okay, that we can... Oh, Skeletor! Why would you prove me
Skeletor. Skeletor. Yes, we will finally defeat you, He-Man.
Thank you, Skeletor. You are too kind. But we lost our original ones. We converted all we had and they cancelled it. That is something we can bring up, Train Doberman. But I think what we do with feedback, Train Doberman, the way I look at it is, let's see how this comes out. Let's work with the details we have now. Then we can go either on a pitchfork style or say, who's a good little people? Wonderful things of what you've done, rather than going on an attack in every way. Thank you for keeping the hype train going. It does mean the world and does that. But this means your lower players will now need to be active. Right? It is 275 Alliance Tournament credits, which is hardly anything, so you can't buy anything, but it's there. And then they do not reward anything exciting. I'm just going to say it like that. It clearly says it in the blog, unless you read it somewhere differently. When you say Alliance level, you mean 61 players is Alliance's max level is currently 60. No, TCB Hawks. We did a whole show about what Alliance average level is. So Alliance average level 61 means you have approximately 25 players under 60, about 50 players between 60 and 70, and about 25 players at 71 and above. That's kind of the range. Hang on. What's the refresh issue? There is no refresh issue. So, Legacy, Heroic, and Seasonal Task will be at 10,000 points. It seems like there's a big jump. This is what worries me. There's no middle ground, right? So you go from that tiny boy to this big boy. Yes, I said it. Jules Verne has a tiny boy, and I've got a big boy. So the Legacy, Heroic, and Seasonal Standard Task are at 10,000 points. They give us the same credits. We're used to this. That's not a problem. And then those are introduces. They do not award fun stuff. So in other words, for free, you cannot get any more rerolls. For free. At the moment, until we show you something, right? For free, the old tasks don't give us new rerolls. But who has a bigger Zephyr Cochrane? I don't know. We have to just check. I don't have any of those. And then the Seasonals task will obviously have the Legacy tasks, which are going to be achievable, and we'll look at those, which is kind of important. And the thing I want you guys to be wary of is this is where it gets exciting. The key thing is these tasks are listed here, right? Yeah, bright screen. Yeah, Quasel likes to do it in white for some strange reason. That's the style of how he does things and how he likes to do that. Yes, they do. So the
That's a standard Google sheet. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Just so people are aware, your re-rolls in your inventory are called refreshes. So if you can't see them, it's because you've typed re-roll, not refresh. Do you understand me? It's not green. It is green. It's dark green. Look, it's dark green. Dark green, bit of green. I mean, it's basically green. I mean, the whole thing's green. And then he likes to work in white, which is psychotic in every way. Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of interested in the rewards. Now, look at those that we have put ticked. So these are the new stuff that they put in, right? This is all the new stuff they put in really nicely. What's amazing about what you see, all these that are ticked are doable without, and I will go through the details of some of them, without having to spend an interesting any set of money whatsoever at all. So you could see most of the stuff is ticked. Yes, we will make a copy of the spreadsheet. It will be available at the end of this broadcast, and we'll put it somewhere. The thing for you to be wary of, that is important. So, in very simple terms, right, you can see as well, it goes across, and I'll show you, it goes G3, G4, the seasonal task. Oh, Quasel, you don't even, organize this. Come on. Seasonal task is dark, and then he's got yellow. The mix of green and yellow, people, we don't talk about Quasel about design aspects. Just none of it makes sense. But it's there.
They all make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the one is scoring and the other is the alliances. Is the task green? It's active for that bracket.
Yes, exactly. So green means active, apparently, which is not what Quasel does in his private life, if you know what I mean. So the most important thing is for G3, G4s, those are easy. Those are achievable. Acquire 6,600 Maverick credits. So what everyone needs to do is on Tuesday when we're about to lose the hype train. Just let me look at the hype train. 9 subs, 15. 9 subs is a long way. 10 seconds left. 9 subs. Maverick tasks, everyone on Tuesday, do not collect your Maverick credits. Right? G5, G6, G7 players, you're the only ones that can do it. Oh, little Tim! Oh my God! Thanks, little Tim. I didn't mean it in that way, but that's really kind of you. Bloody hell, you sent us to the next level. 6,600 Maverick credits. So no one pressed the tick button, so you can do one of these. Why you should do one of these? Because it gives you... Oh my God, Quazel. Do you not, like open up... It gives you no rerolls. That is disappointing in every way possible. But what it does give you is legendary credits, right? So that's the number one thing to be wary of. Acquire the 6,600 tasks is very important to do because it gives you the Maverick credits for those things. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing is defeat one uncommon Conqueror Borg Armada. That is doable under one condition. Do you know what the condition is, anybody? The condition is that this is not set to your ops level and you just defeat any uncommon Conqueror Borg Armada, because this is where Panda Pirate was talking about a situation with the Ops 76 that are struggling, that if you have to hit your ops level, then this is not doable for you. Because suddenly the 76s will have to hit a 75. They have to have 3 FKR ships that can A, reach there and be able at 3 different variations to get there and be able to do it. And that is important. No, defeat one common Unconquered Borg Armada is for G5, G6, and G7 only. And you know why? Ascendancy? Because that is the levels you can start the Maverick tasks anyway, 51 plus. Sorry, the Borg spheres, 51 plus. Anyway. Actually, it's 55 probably, if I remember correctly. But anyways, that's the most important thing. So that's only doable if it's at that level. Defeat 400 points worth of Academy training drones. That's easy. No matter what level they put on us, everyone can hit up and do well. Yeah, no, Flossie, did you hear what I said? I said this, defeat one uncommon Conqueror Borg Armada, is only doable if it means any uncommon Borg Conqueror Armada.
Yeah.
Right,
and
Quazel?
keep in mind, and keep in mind, some of those tasks might even have level restrictions, because I don't think that's all of Tier 5 will get that task, because only 55 and up are in that feature. So, as usual, I mean, there are so many brackets and levels and whatever. We need to see how it goes live, because that's a preview, and they still can change things around or might have missed things. Because that blog post is great. It's long. It's in detail. But, always sometimes minor changes can happen in between.
Of course.
So let's wait how it released. I absolutely love the fact that they listen to a lot of feedback.
Yes.
Of course, not all of it, because,
Exactly. And Sir Dan's agrees with you, Quazel. He says, 55s and under can't even get directives. So this is hopefully defeat any. So if anyone's listening in there, you please just defeat any. Would make it easier. Defeat 400. Oh, my God. Boom, boom. Who said that? And then defeat 400 wars of Academy drones, which I think is very important. Acquire 150 Academy engineering credit is super easy and very doable. I'm pretty sure this is missing a number, but that's doable. You guys know you can do one chest pull and you can get that. A double chest pull gives you this, the 1,800 Academy engineering credits. Super easy to do. Doesn't take that long to do. What would be amazing, do you know what would be great? If you can pick 3 tasks and then synergize them together, so that you can do this with a bit of this and maybe a bit of that all together. Those 3 would be lovely if you can synergize all 3, hit 3 tasks, boom, walk away, and really happy about that. Also, those don't give rerolls, right? We don't get to the reroll versions. We get here to the 15,000 seasonal task where we believe some of them are achievable, which would be great. And that is something to be wary of and really cool. Listening and doing a completely different. They may listen. Yeah, exactly. But Sir Dan's, let's hope. Not if you can't do waves. No, engineering credits. John Drell, is killing hostiles and claiming the chest. Engineering credits is killing the hostile, doing the chest. That is right? I'm not dreaming. Quazel, is that right? I think that's right.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the yellow tokens. That you just kill loads of hostiles. And
engineering is the yellow stuff. That's like for the building and whatever.
Oh, engineering is waves. Ascendancy is saying it with anger and pure anger.
Let me check my inventory. Maybe I'm...
No, science is waves.
Late.
Okay, everyone's arguing with each other.
Science is wave, yeah.
Science is definitely waves.
No, I just checked in-game. Engineering is the yellow stuff, and the yellow stuff is the stuff that gives you the simulation codes, the building stuff. So that's from the hostiles.
Only from the hostile. 5 seconds left on the hype train. We're going to finish at level 9. Thank you so much, everybody, for that one. Hostiles with... No, not with Athena. hostiles with any ship, or because it says Academy training drones, it doesn't say Venari Ral, right? So you don't miss. This is doable. This is doable. This is doable. This is not doable because you have to have the Athena. So I didn't put a tick on it based on ops feature and ship tier. And even if you had the Athena and you locked it now, you'll be in a nightmare. For G3s and G4s, these two are doable because I need Ghost Pepper. Can you go into your faction right now and your Ascension particles? How many can you claim? It's 113 per chest. Is that right?
One sec.
Yeah,
I'll
if you can
double
check that
right
for
now.
me. Because that's the only thing I know. I can see 113 per chest, so 2 chest pulls gets you that, 2 chest pulls gets you that. That is a bit of luck required to get that one. If Ghost Pepper says 113, we can click on that really clearly. No, I didn't say science, Lube. I mean, my accent. You're right, mate. Bloody science, like. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, engineering. Does that sound clearer? Well, if I have the Athena at top 71, I've not bought the upgrades, and I can't do either. No, if you have the Athena, this, so Athleti, this, and this requires you killing normal hostiles with a normal ship. That's it. This one,
Yes, like
yeah.
113
Fantastic.
per faction.
Fantastic. So that's doable now. So acquire Ascendance particles for G3, G4, and G5 is all doable. 220, that's a 2 chest pull. That's a 2 chest pull. That's a 3 chest pull. Right? Okay. Nice and simple. You just kill hostiles and you can do that. That's doable. That's fantastic. And you get a legacy reroll. Now we're getting to the exciting stuff. Now we move on. Defeat 3 uncommon Conqueror Borg Armadas as long as it's any level. As long as it's any level, this is doable. Again, you get 15,000 points, legacy reg, which means now you need to save all those tasks. We are in ad starting 1 minute, 45 seconds. Yeah, be very careful. So those 3 Conqueror Borg Armadas are definitely doable. But you can only do this task twice in that week because you'll have 6. And even if you do 7, you can pull 2, which means that and that become the 2 that you can do in that week. That's how you organize yourself. G5, G6, G7. It's a seasonal advanced task. You get 15,000 points. You get Quasel. Credits, leg rerolls. That is really funny. So that is superb to do. Now, when you acquire the Borg Sphere, you need the Borg Sphere to acquire the parts, and you can't pull those parts in enough. Acquire 200 class honors. You can technically do it. You've got to be so lucky to be able to pull 200 at a time. You usually get 188. I think if you want to take a bit of luck, you can go for it. That's fine.
Yeah, you have the sheet below down for the pulls of the class owners.
Yeah, so there you
the
go.
sheet.
So there you go. The Athena parts are here. You guys can see it to do so. Let me get this a little bit tighter so we can get it up. Go up, 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 up. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. So 221. So the Athena parts is
The
really
class
cool.
honors are the yellow one.
The yellow one.
Yeah, but the Athena parts is
Yeah, exactly. So you could see the Athena parts is there, the minimum pull, and the class honors is in yellow. Why is it in yellow? No one knows. That's a design choice by Quasel.
because engineering grids are yellow. You know, we know.
Oh, I see. By Quasel and the STFC community. Is that what I'm called? Oh, okay. I see what's happening here. No, it's a joke.
Well, you
No,
seem to have used a copy because in my sheet it says. Did you change it? I changed that text.
Okay, I don't want to refresh
Because it was Quasel, STFC briefing, and you changed it back.
No, I didn't
Because
change
I
anything.
edited.
This is the sheet that I've left here. Anyways, we are in ad, so if you are in an ad break, I'm told Nigel is... Oh my God, Ryan, that is a ridiculous statement. I'm going to slow down on this because at Defeat 20 Dual Wave, Quasel and I have had a huge discussion about this and a bit of an argument. Because 20 wave levels, sure, if you don't have the Athena. I think you need too many starts to do this one. But if you have the Athena, this is doable.
Or a friend that has it and get to a 5, then it's 4 starts. It depends.
Yeah, this is a little. That's 3 and a bit at full waves. I know Ascendancy. Thank you very much. That's my issue. The ad break will end in 45 seconds, and I'll move on that task. Quasel, we will also go to your screen and then give that an update because you've got it in a much better way. So, and you can move that down as well, which will be very, very important. I'll switch to you in a second. I just want to get to this last part, and then we'll do that. We are almost bad from ads. 30 seconds to go, and then that is roughly 2 hours of time for 2 people. I know, Sandra. So Nigel says no. Right? Quasel says yes. Doesn't mean that anyone's wrong. Right?
I mean, it depends. It's in between, and it's not 2 hours. I just did 7 waves in an hour. I mean, 7 waves
Duo
and
waves.
8 of them. So 7 times 8, that's twice those tasks. So
Yeah. It's worth doing if you can achieve it. Crazy requirement to start, to be honest, is not a requirement. We are back from ads. Okay, Quasi, thanks, Nigel. Nigel Botthausen's a great mod. I like you, Botthausen. Love Hausen. We're back from ads. Welcome back, people. Okay, so 20 duo waves is a thing. Sniper, thoughts?
Hey, Nigel.
Yes.
I think that duo waves one is also one where we have to wink, hope that it doesn't require doing it at your level.
Oh,
Because
God.
That's gonna be
Dear
a whole
God.
bigger thing, right? So
Oh,
if it's just any 20 duo wave, fine.
yes.
If
Any
it's,
20
you have
duo
to do it
waves
at
is
your
fine.
level. that's
Yeah, it's kind of
problematic.
doable. Another thing is, so that remote campus upgrade booth, Flossie, you're saying, is that a prime? That is a prime, isn't it? So you can only pull it
Which
if you have
one?
the prime. So,
No, the remote campus upgrade boost is part of the Athena research.
so you still need the Athena. Yeah, so the key
You
is...
need the Athena. Yeah, you can't do it without
Yeah.
the Athena.
Yeah, so without the Athena, you can't do this task anyway. It's very easy. Valid question. I think they cannot. Skeletor, let's have a look. Can 2 Alliance members claim the same task at the same time? Great question. We don't know until we see what percentages and how many of those tasks are available.
Yeah, if they kept the same system as currently, maybe. If it's twice in the pool, because so far we know from the old version that the rarity of the task was done like they added 3 of one type to the pool and 2 of the other and 1 of this, and
Yeah.
and if those were taken, you couldn't get it. If they kept that, it depends on how often a task is represented in that pool. We don't know those numbers.
Yeah, Brian Racer, I agree with you. So it is doable if there is an alliance and you have an Athena. You can do it with 1 Athena. I've proved you can do that. You can do the full waves, duo wave with just 1 Athena. You just need someone who's patient enough and good enough to finish all the 8 waves for you, and you do a couple of those to make a huge difference, right? I took the tick off this one because this requires the Borg sphere. These are not achievable for G3 and G4. So look where we're getting to. Look what level we're getting to. We're getting to the seasonal tasks now, which give you 2 rerolls, massive amount. Yeah, exactly, Brian Racer. It's not ticked. It's not doable. And that depends on... And also, I don't think it's even doable with the Borg sphere, because depending what level your Borg sphere is and how high above your level, that is almost impossible. Acquire Athena ship parts is not possible. 200 Athena ship parts, you barely get that, Athena lovers. And then this is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen in my life. I know, Sir Dance, that sphere you can get free to play can get the sphere this week, but you have to hit at your ops level and above for you to score. You can't hit lower, so unless you're some miraculous
I say,
thing.
you can hit lower. It's just way too many hits. I think it's if I remember scoring right from the it's in the blog post.
Yeah, let's have a look at the blog post. Here we go. We're at the bottom.
I think
There you go. It's right here. It says it on the blog
I think
post.
it was like 1 point if you hit below.
yeah,
or
1
like
point
if you
or
hit,
something
like
that.
Yeah, one level below you, 3 points. 2 levels below you, 2 points. 3 levels below you, 1 point. And I don't even think you can hit 3 levels below you. You'll hit the hostile cap
No,
fast.
it depends. If you're in G7, it's kind of impossible, because people that have bought this sphere are now at tier 5-ish, tier 6-ish, depending on whatever. So, and that means they can maybe hit, so they can easily hit 60, I think 66, because 68 is the first bump. But if they're even lucky, they can kill 68, and if it's 72, doesn't work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
The
By the way,
ops log
the
for-
power jump. Sorry, Quiz. Just one quick thing that you mentioned.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, like the power jump between 66 and 68 with the Borg hostiles, the ones that you have to kill with the spear, is a huge jump, right? So
Yeah.
even like lower level spirits with even like G7 players are going to struggle with those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. The just so you're aware, those are the things. I think it's going to be hard, and there is a power jump, which is what a bottleneck. We'll get to bottlenecks in a bit. It's a bottleneck to look at. But avert your eyes because we're going back to white again. So the acquire Athena Ship Park and the Sphere. You said 150 at tier 5. That is achievable. So I'll type at tier 5, Sphere. This is achievable, right? I'll let you tidy up, Quasel, because we'll put another a box here that is doable if you've owned the thing from the beginning, and I believe this is also doable if you spend the thing, and this is also doable if you have the thing at the right level. Does anyone think these are doable? You look at it and go, oh, consulate quantum cores. It's not going to take that long. Guess how far this is off being correct. Nope. You need 52 days. 52 days max pulling, max research at up 72 to do this. 52 days. How long's Alliance tournaments running for, Quasel? just checking, just in case I'm going crazy.
I mean, it's a task that rewards hoarding. Yes, it halts your progression on the building. Yes, it's gonna hurt you, but maybe it's worth to you. And don't forget that these tasks now will be in there maybe for 3-4 months, depending how long they consider a task seasonal. So, in general, the idea is I like it because it reduces the amount of tasks because
Yes.
they are scrapping a lot of the old tasks and giving you like more recent stuff. Is that targeted at maybe low spenders? Yes, of course, because like Borg Sphere,
Yeah.
you need to have it unlocked and tiered up a little bit. Is this a like classic thing they do, making a loop that's tier based, require target that's ops based? Yes. Is it annoying for G7 and up? Yes, it is. Does it make happy G5 players? Of course, because those have a field day, because a G5 player that unlocked it and did a little bit with it might hit easily up to 60 something. So they can kill a few hostiles.
A
And do it.
couple of great notes in the chat, Quasel. Cuppy, you're allowed to come back again, Cuppy. That is one of the greatest things I've ever read. Guess how much consulate quantum cores you can get in a pack, Quasel. It says 21,000, and it is
15 in the standard pack, and I think saw a 21k special pack.
no,
So, yeah,
no. Standard pack is 15, but the special pack, Quasel, is 18.1.
Yeah, but there was one with 21 too. Is it gone now? I think it was in there.
It was a limit. It's a limit one, right? So if you
Yeah.
bought it,
So-
you don't see it anymore.
Yes.
I didn't buy it, so because
So in other words, a standard purchase is 18,100. Oops.
Well, I think the other thing to note there, and we should see when they actually come out with the task, like, is it only counting the quantum cores, or is it also counting the luminous cores? Because you literally can't upgrade the building without both of them. So if
Marvelous.
it's counting both of them, it might matter. But if
Yeah.
it's counting only one of them, then it's not good.
Well, I mean, unless you buy the quantum core pack,
I
and
mean,
then you buy the other pack.
in my shop there is a Summer Surge Continuum Consulate that gives me 22k quantum cores.
Basic pack.
Just saying. No, that's a special currency.
No,
If it's
no.
running again,
Yeah. I mean, sorry, but as for 2 more days, Susie Q22 says.
yeah. Buy it now, spend it then. I mean, just saying.
Oh my God! I am not encouraging you to do that. Quasel, as an official CC, wishes you to
No,
purchase something.
I wouldn't do it either, because if you go and spend, then do one of the new tasks or old tasks that give you the premium currency, and that's normally $100 spent. So
Yeah.
that's way more efficient if you want to spend on Alliance tournaments.
Yeah, which is fine.
So-
Shockwave Prime, your thoughts?
in the past, whenever there's been a requirement like that, they've usually made a special pack for the Alliance Tournament store. So we'll have to see what sort of packs they release before we kind of complain about spending or, it's going to be this, that, or the other, because in the past they have definitely released, for a 99.99 heroic task, they have absolutely released, you can buy this here for $99.99 because it's an Alliance Tournament special.
Yeah.
So that's one we'll probably have a hold off.
I mean, don't get fooled. The prime tasks are spend tasks, like they used to be.
I'm not saying they're not, Quasar. I clearly just said Alliance Tournament has specials.
Yeah, exactly. And the key thing is, the thing I'm trying to get to is the 20,000 points ones. There's not one tick on any of them at the moment, and maybe in the future they'll be achievable when you get the Borg Sphere, when you have the Athena, or you'd buy Ascension Particles because that's too much for G3 and G4. You can't do this, that's way too many, and you can't do those, that's a horrendous amount. So, but those give you 3 rerolls. Is it worth the 3 rerolls? Maybe. The legacy amount of what's it called? The coins that you get is quite useful for that. So you need to have a think whether you do want to upgrade those things or not. It's designed for those things at that level, and that is really important to Fee. Gary Busey says, how often does Scopely release the 199 pack? I think it's maybe once a week or whatever, but I've seen it appear a few times and it just stays there. It's something that you might go for or not, but the numbers keeps fluctuating quite a lot. But Cuppy has said something unbelievable. Cuppy said the Interstellar Dominance event is on Wednesdays. I can't wait. I'm so excited about saying this next sentence. I've never been so excited. Cuppy, you're absolutely spot on. The Interstellar Dominance event that has 190 Borg Sphere parts as a reward on Milestone 1 on Wednesdays. When does Alliance Tournament start? Thursday. How long does Alliance Tournament goes for? 5 days.
Was it 4 or 5 days? 4 days,
5 days,
5?
which means, do we hit Wednesday? No.
Higher math.
Well. How strange and coincidental that is. But, just to be aware. Copy, great suggestion. But now I've told you that is, unless they move the Interstellar Dominant event to a Thursday. At the end of the event, yes, for a couple of hours. So you might have a chance. So only 3 tasks pay out the useful amount of legendary chests. It's not 3 tasks. These are the 3 new tasks they've suggested. I'm sure there's way more than these. These are the ones they previewed and told us about, so we can save for. The amazing thing about these is, like, if you hoard things for weeks at a time, which they've only give us a 6-day head start, which means it's not doable. Just skip the Interstellar Dominance if the rewards are black. Exactly, little Tim. Now, what this encourages, sadly, is hoarding to a huge level. Because if you want to hoard for 4 weeks, you might be able to do this maybe for 5 weeks, or that one. This one's 52 days. That one is like, just don't ever use the building. That's what you can do. Usually tournament starts an hour before the event, so maybe that will be the case. Ooh, Cuppy has still got a tactic. Cuppy's going to go for it. Cuppy, I want to know, genuinely, if day 1 on Thursday, you just time it well, an hour before, you pick this task, the 160 Borg Sphere parts, and then you nail it. So... No, not stopping your progress score in the tournament. I'm rooting for Cuppy. I am rooting for Cuppy. If Cuppy does it, Cuppy, we'd love you. Ipswich Point Discord, please come and join us. I want you to screenshot that. That would be a fantastic win for everyone here. I hope you can make it, because if you do that, that's genius. Very well played, and using your noggin. And it's always using your noggin, unlike a few people here. No. Not Quasel. Quasel uses his noggin all the time. I mean, he basically is called a noggin. Sounds like something I would do. Yeah, so that would be amazing. So then, what this does is Cuppy is giving G5, G6, and G7s the ability. So, Ghost Pepper, you're not a G5 yet. It's kind of awkward. Oh, dear.
Push your face.
I'll bring up the facts here that if you would just... nudge yourself a couple of just a couple of levels. Just a couple.
You can see the pattern that the harder the seasonal tasks get, the more preparation or the longer you need to have invested in the loop.
Yes.
So I like kind of idea because that does a thing people have always asked, like rewarding past progression. I mean, I think the term is overused because everybody understands different things from it.
Yes.
But in this case, it's very clear. If you have progressed your ships higher, you can do some of those tasks.
True.
That gets harder the higher the generation. So maybe that needs tweaking.
Yeah.
That's
The
my
thing.
thought on it.
The thing that worries me, which I hope isn't true. So if you guys are an official CC, this is my note to you.
Yeah.
It says seasonal advanced task and seasonal elite task. Does that mean this task disappears when the free to play have the ship?
I mean, there's a task for the box sphere and it's not disappeared. And free to play already could this week have unlocked the box sphere.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, when it says seasonal, does it mean it stays or does it disappear?
It stays for a period of time. Nobody knows
Sure.
the exact period of time it stays. So it could be 6 months, it could be 3 months, it could be 8 months. I think they will adjust that based on how people interact with it and see what works and what doesn't.
Yes.
And
So
I like the more interactive approach we see lately. I know you don't see it, but we've been asked more or less immediately after they canceled the last Alliance tournaments what would be our input. And one of the biggest inputs was like, give everybody credits. And that's, I mean, we still can discuss, is the distribution good enough? But they did that. I mean, everybody gets at least some credits, contrary to how it used to be, where it was way worse.
true.
Everybody gets the new currency. It's not much, but it is at rip.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a next iteration and it gets better and better for both sides.
I hope so, because at the end of the day, sure, as long as seasonal doesn't mean they remove it and it just moves down the chain, you know, and that's really important. And it's like watching Lostin trying to kick a football, which he was talking about for 1 hour and 57 minutes. Yes, 1 hour, 57 minutes. Lostin was speaking about sports ball. It was one of the most boring conversations I've ever heard in my life. Lostin should never be on a stage. It's just like anything. It's the most boring thing ever. Yes, Shockwave.
I'm gonna start watching Lost In more often. You talk to me about football, we're gonna have a good time.
He says sports ball. He doesn't know what football is. And he doesn't know what soccer is. Let's not even go there. This.
Go 49ers.
Oh dear God. Okay, never mind. It was footy ball. Yeah, exactly. That was it. So what's amazing about this is look at all the tick stuff. What you guys got to aim for is try and get as many of your Alliance members to aim for these things. We'll release this sheet with that stuff. Quasel will obviously release it to everyone as well. I'm sure it'll go in that Officer Toolset Discord as well, which will mean it'll appear there. But it's really important to sort of figure out. But there are doable ones. This is the hard one which people could chase, but it requires maybe 1 or 2 attempts to get, and that's that's all your starts straight away. But everything else is pretty doable in a certain level. But what you see from the G7s and G6s, they're there. The G4s get stuff. The G5s are a little bit screwed for a few of these. So that'll be interesting to see. Because the G5s here is 55, the G5s here is 55, the G5s here is 55, and the G5s, that's the ones they can do, which means no 51s can do these. And that is something to really sort of be wary of, right? And I hope they fix it.
I think they're level locked, so I don't think anybody below 55 will see that task. We have seen that in past runs that some tasks were kind of based on levels. It's the same with acquire ascension particles. I assume that the first one is for 20 to 29, and then it's 30 to 39, because remember G3 spans 20 levels.
Yeah.
So that's how they break it up. And I'm quite sure that it will still be the case that some tasks kind of not exactly adhere to the G3 brackets or G4 brackets, because
the
tier
G5s
locks and stuff.
Yeah, so basically the feedback would be for you guys, if you wish to go back to them or listen to anything I say, is that to send them about this, because this is going to be critical for the G5s. Otherwise, G5s are being left out.
let's say leaks, I have seen that the different level ranges on tasks.
Great, amazing.
They are aware
So
of
it's
it.
fine. I don't want to know because
I mean-
no. I genuinely don't want to know because we don't leak things here. I've had
No,
enough. I have
that's
no
fine.
association.
It's that
Just to be clear, I
that
have no.
stuff that's
yeah.
not a secret. We had that beforehand.
Cool.
That's nothing new.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's fine. It's just Mufasa is leaking. So Mufasa, you might get in trouble here, but you'll do a G4, which are really achievable tasks. Loads of very good ones to do. That's something to be wary of the new stuff that's coming in there. As we go to the Alliance Tournament updates, you can see with the hot style stacks, they move them up and down, which is great, so you can score. If we scream too loud on G5s, they're more likely to make G6, G7 harder, potentially. So what I'm hearing is don't go to G5. No, oh God, Ghost Pepper is now going to take even longer to get to G5. Oh God. Can it take even longer? Could we go any slower?
I mean, I could. I really could. Like, I was
I mean,
I was gonna level up, and now I'm like, maybe I should wait till after tournament.
Well, yeah. I mean, that'll be... But the thing is, be quicker to G55. I think 55 is the problem. What I like about this is at least we've got numbers for... Which is quite standard for these grindy tasks. And while you have grindy tasks, means you have a chance to do so. The G6, G7s, be ready to be very grindy. And that does not mean lost in on your leg, kind of rubbing up and down. It means, you might have to work really hard to get some of these points. And you need to save everything you have until that point. So from Tuesday, when the Maverick task reset, no one clicked the button to collect your Maverick tasks. You wait until Thursday, and then you do a copy where you go to Wednesday and Thursday an hour before with a niggly thing, pick the Borg task and claim that big win. And then you defeated them all by doing something absolutely outstanding. And that's really important to see. Like Nigel on a... No, not me on a thing. This is Ghost Pepper rushing. Oh, she's Ops 49. Yeah, I know. And Sirdan's before... She doesn't need to answer this next question. She's been playing for 7.5 years. Yep. Yeah, I know. I know. Mind boggles, right? Yeah. If you can remember when to collect what, asking a lot of. Do not collect the Maverick task button. Yeah, Blue Angel, I know. Yeah, I know. Blue Angel, I have no idea how this can happen, but that'd be amazing. I can see that Quazel's given up and he's removed his sheet out of his screen, so he's obviously given up on being involved. No, I'm kidding. I'm Ops 53 after playing 6 years. Sea Engineering, yeah, but you're playing it to a great level. Now, Sea Engineering, you have a major problem and a major thing to decide. You need to decide, as we go to these tasks, whether you go to 55 quickly, but then you still need the things to do the things, or that you stay low and you don't deal with this stuff, but then where is your 51 tasks going to be? That's where I'm worried about for you, which I think is quite important to sort of figure out. Hey, Crisito, have you... Juice Cortrato did. Yes, I did. It was really lovely. I'm not sure... okay, where is you, little Tim? What did you say? I have 3-year free-to-play the RG6. Yes, I know. No, Ghost Pepper plays every day. She just likes to take her time. That's important. I will be sharing with MJ and what I can see. Oh, marvelous. Wow. Well, it's just... insult me to my face. You don't want to share with me. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely agree with that. MJ Hat, after seeing these levels now and these things, what do you think for you at your ops level, how this is for you?
Honestly, I'm still feeling rather positive. We had a wonderful stream last night and a wonderful discussion in regards to the fact that they communicated all this out to us early. That way we could kind of get prepared, and B, it really feels like there is a bunch of stuff that can be doable. Sure, there's going to be some grind. I don't mind that. I don't think anybody minds that. But for me personally, if there's something achievable that is going to score me a seasonal task, or, I really feel like that I should try to go for it, right? Maybe one of these loopholes, if you will, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe that will help. Maybe that is something we need to do. And Sea Engineering's in my alliance, by the way. That's why he's sharing with me.
No, I'm joking.
That's what that's about.
I'm joking. No one needs to, do anything like that. But no, I'm keen to feel at your ops level is 70, how that feels like. We can see from ops 72s and all that sort of stuff. Sniper, out of interest now, you've seen what's doable. How are you feeling? Like, this is a blog and this is some of the info. How are you feeling about it now?
Yeah, some positive indications that they separated these out into kind of these little smaller task pools, right? I
Yeah.
think that's a positive thing in the sense that with the more limited rerolls, having like they did when with the previous one that came out, like the task pools were far too large with far too many things that I guess you could consider were like undoable,
Yeah.
depending on our definition of doable or not doable, right? So this seems like it's more aligned with the fact that you can, pick your poison, if you will,
Yes.
right? You could say, okay, yeah, I know I'm willing to spend, so here's my set of tasks. I'm not willing to spend.
Yeah.
Here's my set of tasks, and it's only like seems like if I'm looking at it correctly, I didn't
Yeah.
look at the full details or do the math on it.
Yeah.
But it looks like there's like per grade like 3, 4, maybe 5 tasks per category.
Yeah.
So it seems like semi doable for a reroll perspective. I'm still not, to be perfectly clear, I'm not a big fan of the whole reroll system at all, right? I think they should just allow us to have visibility to all the tasks at all times.
Yes.
Like, so I just want to. I think they should just eliminate the reroll system altogether. I don't see the point of it. They should reward participation, not reward luck, right?
Yeah.
And I've said this, in other forums, but because realistically, again, let's remember this has two purposes, the Alliance tournament, right? One is on an individual level to allow you to get some interesting, rewards that, will help with your progression or help you get things you might not have otherwise been able to get, or just, help you speed up getting certain things. And in certain cases, like with the various different juices and things, you can like refresh your quantities. So
Yes.
there's lots of different things you can do for individual level, but also it's a competition, right? And so from both individual and competition perspective, I don't understand why we'd want to reward luck as opposed to reward participation. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Because at the end of the day, rerolls are nothing but luck, right?
Yeah, true.
It's RNG. I could have 20 rerolls and not get a task I want at all, right?
True.
And someone else can have their first reroll and get the exact perfect task that they can get 20,000 points or 15,000 or whatever thousand points they get. So it almost makes the whole tournament come down to pure luck as opposed to participation. Like, hey, I can see any task, I can take it. I've invested in the game, whether that's time or money or knowledge or whatever. So and I'm willing to invest more time to do the tournament, and I have capability of doing these tasks. So I'm going to go and I'm going to, do my maximum task, and everyone else in my alliance is going to participate, and they're going to do their maximum task. And so we're going to win because you have a 100-person alliance, I have a 100-person alliance. 90 of my alliance members participated, only 80 of yours did.
Yeah.
So we win, right? But now essentially what it is okay, we can have 90 people participate, but they run out of rerolls before they get a good task, and so scores being much lower. You have 50 people participated, but they all hit the jackpot of the perfect 15 or 20,000 tasks that they needed right from the beginning, and so you beat us, right? That's not a good thing for a competition.
No, but I think as well, Tech One, just I will repeat this for you. What your statement is incorrect. It's not spend only. We've proved. Look how many ticks there are on the new list, right? Look how many ticks there are.
Maybe something got lost. That's only the new tasks.
Only the new tasks.
Some of the old tasks will also still be part of it.
Yeah.
You don't know how big the brackets reroll will be or how many tasks in these brackets will be. So if they split it up, there could only be 10 or 15 tasks in a reroll bracket. And if you see 4 of them, maybe that's not so bad. I'm agreeing with Sniper. getting rid of revolts might have a nice idea. I don't think it's gonna happen. What I do like is that now everybody in the alliance can participate. Because if you look at the legacy standard tasks, so that's your old kill tasks, all the stuff you had from 700 or 500 pounds. What is it? 750, I think, was the lowest, up to the previously 8K kill task. That now rewards 5K. So everybody in your alliance, even a small player, can contribute way more to the overall alliance score. Because that's just 4 times the score a big player can make now. Back when, this gap was way bigger. So for alliances that have an active player base and a big full alliance, that's beneficial.
Yeah, just let
So
me try.
we have a lot of unknowns before you judge it. Wait for Thursday,
100%.
how it goes live, and then we can say.
Yeah, agreed. And you stopped halfway through in the sentence. But no, Tech One, it's not that new tasks are 10K and the other ones are 15K. So we can do 10 and 15. And that will be really important. So what you need to do is you can do those tasks. That's why you can even do this one, which will give you 15K points. There's a lot of 15K points that are doable there, Tech One, which means you can do well. These obviously require some spend, and some of them are 20K, and some of them are 15K, some of them are 10K. But also here in the blog that shows you the export credits one is still 10K, that is still 10K, that is still 10K. The uncommon skills one is kind of doable, but probably not doable for upper levels. And this was never doable, and I don't even know why it even exists. They won't disappear completely because that eliminates a chance of hope and give people that could happen.
The 1500 skill point was doable. Upgrade your command center.
Yes.
There you go.
No. But what I mean, it's not doable for upper levels unless you've maxed your build. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. So yes, sure, doable for some grades, but not for everybody else. So just to everyone be wary. So it is doable. What I mean, just lost audio because of my gig. Okay, Tech One, I'm happily will do one-on-one, and I can repeat this for a few later. But just to say, these tasks are all doable, and there are some 15K and there are some 10K tasks in the new ones, and in the old ones, they're all the 10K one still exists, which is great, and then it's a great specific segregation for some of the tasks. The only problem is the 55s that are stuck in the middle. So yeah, do me a favor, people. If you're a microscape user, just click lurking or scrapping, de-equip a weapon, re-equip it, just to allow me to get a drop. I just want to try it once and see how that works. So if you a microscape user, to do it. The Ascension particle are free to play too. Yes, Crisito, as I said, for multiple times. Acquire, free to play, free to play, free to play. These aren't these three. Just so you be aware. These three aren't, but those three are.
Mufasa says the other ones are too. He's in that range. So.
Mufasa. Yes, Ghost Pepper, go ahead.
I had a question. If it's been announced as part, are they changing the scoring for the levels of your tournament? So like to be in the master level, because that's what we're at with the change in the points that we're getting, right? So now there's 5,000, 10,000. There's no like 750 points. Are they changing that bracket between adept and expert and all of that as well?
Yes. So everything now is 5,000 and above. So which is fantastic, and that'll be and so in other words, your now lower alliance members are major helpful people to your stream.
Right, but where I'm going with that is with this change in the points and the change in brackets, is it going to be harder to hold on to a master level now? You know what I mean? For your alliance, like if everybody's getting all the points, are they changing the amount of points needed to be in the Master League? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't need,
Master League, Ghost Pepper Master League is the competition between the upper alliances. So what that means is more of your people have to do the tasks in order for your own alliance to gain the points to bump up in the standings, because it's been in the past where there's been a relegation point toward the bottom. So it doesn't really depend on what your alliance does as a whole. It depends on what your alliance does against the other alliances. So I would imagine 5,000 wouldn't I would imagine 5,000 wouldn't bump that line, because now everyone has that they're working with.
Okay, yes. Maybe I was asking my question wrong, because I was just curious with the change in the scoring, if that changed how how much you needed to be into the expert league or the master
So
league? Because like we've been in the master league the whole the past few tournaments. I was just curious on that if that changed with the scoring change.
let me jump in, people. Let me jump in. There's a misunderstanding going on here. There's no set amount of points to get you into promotion relegation. What it does do is suddenly your lazy people in your lines who are only scoring 750 points or 1200 or 2000, they have to do the 5000 tasks. If they don't, you're screwed. Big time. Because you now need more people. Yeah?
You all right?
Yeah, you're all right as well. But that's really important. So that is now valuable. That means you need your alliance teammates to not get bored and just go, oh, I'll just do my 750. You need to do the 5000, which means they have
There
to...
is no 750 anymore, Nigel. The lowest task
Oh my
is
God,
5K.
you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying the people that were lazy and used to do 750, have now got to step up and do the 5000 Alliance Tournament points. There is nothing underneath it.
No. Yeah, Nigel, but the tasks that used to be 750 points are now 5K tasks. So if somebody did only that, he does the same, so he scores 5K points. The difference is that those lazy players now actually can contribute and are maybe motivated to do more because their tasks matter now. Because beforehand, 750 points against 10K, that's been... Now it's 5K against 20K. And only very few tasks are 20K. So I think this levels the playing field a little bit more so that non-spenders can help their alliance more. So that's a very good change.
Okay. When it comes to tasks as well, just to let you know, thank you very much, Mufasa. You have corrected me. These 3 are doable for the Ascension is because you can do it per faction. So if you do all 3 factions, that means you can get 675, and then you can get up to 1017 a day per faction, so you can get all these. So G3 and G4 players, you have a chance to score 20,000 points for your alliance by just being able to pull those particles. You have now become one of the most critical players in the game. G3s and G4s, you can help score 20,000 points and stop people spending. That is what I mean is very useful. Thank you very much, Crisito and Mufasa, for bringing that information to us. So per alliance, it is awesome. And that is something that's very, very important. So that makes them more important. So I go back to what I said, which was why should you have an alliance level of 61? It means now your 25 to 27 players that are under G5 become your most important scorers in the actual in the alliance tournaments for you. That sheet is pinned up at the top of this chat. I'll be back. Isn't that? I think Quazel put it up and I pinned it. That sheet is pinned for you guys to use and share it with your alliance. But as I'm updating it, it's in there. And now it's going to be, it's important for you. Thank you, Mufasa. Thank you, Crisito. Thank you, everyone that contributed to this. This now becomes critical. Now, if you don't have G3s and G4s, i.e. like Abs had, like he has 60 plus, you are now not gaining people who can easily do a free-to-play task and get those 20k points, get those legacy credits, and get a couple of rerolls. There are too many currencies. My brain just crashed. What are the Ascension Particles? August Valkyrie. The Ascension Particles are the G3 tree. So what you do is you kill loads of hostiles, you get the stuff, and you can 1 chest, 2 chest, or 3 chest pull. And it's in the faction store. It's the FKR Elite Hostiles in the faction store. So you can do it per faction. Click those 3 for the Ascension Research, and those are the Ascension Research Particles. So now your G3 and G4 players, if they do if they do Klingon and Romulan, they can do 675. They do Klingon and Romulan, they can do 720. If they do Klingon Romulan Federation, they can do 990 quite easily. So that is really important now. And that, emphasizes Quazel's point that it is a very positive change, which means you now need lower players. What happens now when your alliance level is not 61, like we discussed on Thursday? Now you're in trouble because you have to spend to achieve the same level, which means Ghost Pepper, you are now incredibly useful. Yeah, I said it. I said it. You are now
I've
vital.
always been useful. For the past
Imperfect,
Alliance tournaments,
Marshall.
I've been getting perfect score.
Well, now you can
I
get
get,
super perfect score.
I know, I have to see how this goes this time.
Well, John Drell says, well, maybe. Okay, fine. But we gave her credit. Let's give her some credit towards this, which is really important. So now this is absolutely useful for you guys to do. She can contribute to her alliance. It's what she's always wanted.
I always contribute. Oh my goodness, Mufasa.
Yeah, exactly. She's always been useful, Blue Angel says. That's amazing. So there you go. That is the stuff that you guys can get. This sheet is available and pinned on the top of the Twitch chat for you to do so. I'm sure Quasel will put it on the Officer Toolset Discord so it can be shared and all the other stuff. And I think that is a very important sheet to look at. And you now realize that this is doable. Thank you for people that contributed, because I think that is really important, that people can realize now you need lower players in your alliance. Without having lower players, you're not going to achieve much. It's going to be really, really difficult to sort of do so, because then you're depending on your upper players to score as much as they can, which I think is going to be awesome. So there you go. That's the information in there. Quasel's done all of this. It's absolutely fantastic that he's put together. And yes, it is. In fact, now the statement is correct. Don't put STFC briefings. I'm going to remove that. Just to remove briefings. We didn't help. we didn't help in any way. It's just put STFC community, please.
Well, yeah, Mufasa helped and others helped. I'm keeping that in there.
No, for political reasons, I need that out. Thanks, Quasel. Yeah, thank you, Quasel. Yeah, everyone, let's thanks Quasel for this one.
You can't edit anymore because you are on the old version. The copy is now copied over, but I remove it if you insist on it.
Yes, please
I have
remove.
no issues
Thank
with
you very
that.
much. STFC Briefing Zone helps people. We just discuss things. That is fantastic. So now you can see all the tasks at Dual and join us in following Quasel, whoever did that shout out. Nige Bothausen, how dare you tell people to follow this person? Damn it. You are correct. G4 for life. Yeah, so Crisito has confirmed he will now delete his top account and become G4 for life. See, everyone's saying Quasel's the greatest. Thank you very much, Quasel. Without you, this...
I'm just helping out.
Which is fantastic news. So that's really important. You can see the task. You can see the blog. We don't want to read any of the stuff. You can see the execution hologates. The direction, though, is what they're aiming for here. Alliance tournaments should give players across different grades a meaningful way to support their alliance while still rewarding planning, coordination, and effort. Very keywords. Let's see if those exist, or all this will get edited. As the game grows, tasks should stay relevant to content players are engaging at their grade. This means task lineup will continue to change over time. The newer content added, the older task adjusted as needed. Adjusted, not removed. Very key word. The balance will remain at the center of how we approach Alliance tournaments moving forwards. Thank you very much. All the tasks are in a new task that's designed around release gameplay, and that's important as well. Thank you, Brian. Just stay lurking as well. And that is really important for people to see. Now, as we go around the panel, just to kind of get our little summary feedback of a few things. Shockwave, thoughts on this Alliance tournament, just from blog and doing a sheet for its status?
I think it's going to be an interesting take. I think they overall listened. I know a lot of people, I know it's been mixed whether or not they actually did listen or not. But when you take as in their own words, they take the asinine spend requirement out of it. Or they didn't really say asinine, but they said, they alluded to the fact that they knew that they shouldn't have gone to $199.99 or $200 or whatever it was. So as far as that goes, they scaled it back. The credits remain the same. I said on MJ's show yesterday, I said what I really want to end up seeing is a little bit, even if it's just 10 or 15 units. I want to end up seeing a little bit of legendary credits with every task.
Yeah.
That way, because this is a 1 month, 5-day event, and a little bit more of a drip besides how much you get at the end of the tournament probably wouldn't hurt. It could only help a little bit. And like I said, we've seen daily drips on other things like the Maverick Periphery Intel, the premium version of it.
Yes.
So it's one of those things that, there's precedent to have premium, a daily drip of premium items. So they're not breaching new territory here. It would be just something nice, So I think that would be the one thing to go from there. But I do overall like the structure. I'll look forward to engaging this. So on a side note,
yeah, Go on.
On a side note, I just sent you a message, but I got a butt out. My birthday is tomorrow.
Oh,
so
happy birthday.
I'm already hanging out with family. So I know, right? The big 4-4. So everyone take it easy. And I am bouncing a little bit early, but love you guys, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Yeah, thank you very much there, Shockwave. Happy birthday for tomorrow. If I knew it was your birthday, I would get Colby to do anything, but then I don't trust you with her. So, yeah, probably for a good run. This is absolutely amazing. So thank you very much. Everyone give a nice happy birthday to Shockwave Prime. And we will send him an STFC Briefings gift as well, which will be fantastic to do. So let's see how we get on with that one. But that's a very good point. How about you, Maktako? Thoughts?
I think what they have done so far on showing us on paper that I think it's heading in the right direction. I'm just waiting to see on the day of the tournament, see how it goes. But so far, it's looking good.
Yeah, exactly. So far, it's looking good, which is great because a lot of people attacked this early. And then Crisito brings up a good point in Twitch, which I see it in Discord as well. It'll be interesting to see if alliances that have small players will now beat those that don't. Exactly. That means, what does that mean? When we spoke about alliance level 61, does it make more sense, or did Nigel bring up something up by fluke? It was definitely a fluke, by the way. Just before
It needs to be a fluke because you don't know anything, so it can't only have been a fluke.
No, I genuinely didn't know anything, so I thought that was quite a fluke that I was talking about alliance levels.
I told you it's a fluke.
It's in that way, yeah, but don't say it in that way, just in case all attackies will start coming after me. At the same time, I'm doing a surge in the background, which I thought was quite funny, which is insane. Beach Whale is rebooting. I was going to go to him next, but Ghost Pepper, thoughts now? Now you have all the info. Suddenly, is your alliance looking devastatingly good?
My alliance always looks good. Who are you kidding? No, it is exciting though. For them to be able to contribute more points to it, and overall, and I think it will encourage them more too, because one of the things I do during alliance tournaments is I'm focused on participation more than what their task points are.
Yes.
Like I would rather than focus on getting their 3 done rather than how much each 3 were. So this will just further that more, and I think I will probably get a lot more buy-in for it. So
the thing we all need to be wary of is anyone who's got ops 51s and to about 59s, come to us with your feedback urgently when everything comes through, because I just feel like there is some sort of disconnect there in that bottleneck that's between the 51, 55s and up to the 59s. Let's hope it's not a major bottlenecks. More points encourage players to do tasks, Siridans, and they are. So, as Quasel said, it is now that the lowest set of points is 5,000. The same tasks are at that level. And that is really important. And now your lower level players become really vital to your alliance and will make a huge difference, which means having an alliance level, I say again, a 61 is the perfect level. It gives you the opportunity to showcase your alliance in a strong way. And you need those lower players, though, to not be lazy. And hopefully you have good admirals like you have with Ghost Pepper and so on. Crisito, I want to know what will be the reaction when those alliances end up beating the whales. The outrage will be massive. And I love it. Yeah, but it means that they can spend to catch up if they need to. Yes, Maktako.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I thought you unmuted yourself to come up with a point. No, that's all right. But that's really amazing. Nige Bothausen, look at him. He's fantastic. Come and join us on Discord. This guy is absolutely amazing. What a great guy. If some people feel sad, Hausen, let us know. Moosey, I thought you were on the stage. I was going to ask you for your opinion because I haven't heard your voice in a very long time. I would love to hear it. If you wish to come up, please do ask, which I think would be vital to do. Moosey is request to speak. Moose, your thoughts now. You've heard everything. What do you think, Moose? Moose?
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
there he is. Jesus.
First of all, oat cortados are my new go-to drink when I go out. But
did you try one?
I did. I had one yesterday.
And?
I had one for the first time yesterday. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Finally,
We're
you are
never
now.
gonna hear the end of this.
Hey, Kevin.
Right?
Exactly. Kevin's that proves finally that he is absolutely correct. Haute Cortazos are the greatest things ever made in history of mankind. So absolutely incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which is
So
yeah. Go on.
in regards to alliance tournaments, optimistic for it. We need to see scoring that like the actual cost of stuff in stores. But I'm optimistic for it. I love the fact that a lot of the seasonal stuff synergizes with current arcs
Yes.
that we are currently in loops that we are working on currently.
Yeah.
So there will be stuff that will be able to be do there. I love the communication that they gave to us. I think there could be a little bit more better, like that spreadsheet information could have been in there, and if that had come from them, it would have made the communication perfect.
Oh yeah. But we're getting closer.
I'm optimistic with it.
Yeah.
They were closer. And you know what? The biggest thing I had said, Nigel, was I needed them to start showing me small steps, and my big small step was communication, and that was a huge step towards it. Is it perfect? No, but hey, if they're going to start making changes, saying that they're going to look at feedback from this one and make changes because it's not the final stage,
Yes.
I'm all for it. Let's give it a try. We'll see. My pitchfork is put away until we actually get a chance to play it and see how things work out.
Yeah, exactly. The good thing is we're giving you the feedback. We're giving you the information now, so you can all have a conversation with your alliance, push that feedback as strong as possible, and see how that works out. Thank you very much, Moosey. I think we're on to a potential good start with this alliance tournament, and it works towards things. And hopefully they'll listen to more player feedback, and then you have some official CCs that will hopefully pass that information on, which I think is really important. And that is really critical. So I appreciate you for doing so. And Moose, you didn't do the things like, long-time listener, first-time caller, so I can do my fake laugh thing.
Oh man, I was going to. I thought about doing it earlier, but then I was like, no, I'm going to go the Haute Cortado route.
All right. Okay. Oh wait, that was for the first long time listener, first time caller thing, exactly, which is really important. And Beach Whale, thoughts about this that you've seen, and now you have the detail as well. Oh, he's unmuted.
Well, I'm pessimistic and optimistic. How's that go?
Oh dear God.
I really have a lot of hope for things. What I'm reading looks great. It's going to be the implementation, though, that I got to wait and see.
Yeah, true. I mean, I hope they change the bloody UI, and I hope they change the store that it has more stuff in, and also I hope they change the store so it's like not 60 million things on a screen and some sort of organization. That's kind of something that I've got in my head, is like, none of us know what that implementation is, or maybe it's just the same thing but slightly different. Don't you agree, Sniper?
I think that there's a lot of need for UI elements. I'm not sure, since they didn't mention it, whether they made any UI update. I mean, I imagine they had to make some just because of these different task separations and whatnot.
Yes.
They had to make some UI changes, and maybe they're just not promoting those particular changes in the blog. But there is definitely lots of need for UI and functional improvements, like the fact that remember the refresh thing.
Oh
Every
God!
you try and scroll down for the the rewards. It would constantly refresh when people are taking tasks and stuff. So you would misclick all the time. So I'm hoping stuff like that they looked at as well, because that would be useful. I mean, aside from all the core and logical design choices of what tasks they have and structure and all that, like I'm hoping the core functionality is also improved.
Oh, 100%. And Mufasa says, for example, I would like a confirm purchase button so you don't actually buy something. That's a great suggestion. Just one confirm purchase button, please. That you know what I mean? And I agree with you, Skeletor. I hate scrolls up randomly. It annoys me so much when it happens. You're like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. It's doing it again and again. You're like, what the hell? Just let us do more. And you know what I mean? So it's little fixes like that. Just giving you a double confirm means that you have to make a decision about a purchase, which I think is vital. And I think that's
Or
what's-
annoying.
Oh, for God's sake. Who's the negative Nancy today, eh? You know, it's not, it's, Jesus, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, by the way, Quazel's name is now Nancy because he's negative Nancy today, or pessimistic Pete, if he's like to go in that direction. That's what we say in the UK. He's a negative Nancy or a pessimistic Pete, and that is what you say, oh, too much buttons. Mufasa.
Yeah, I'm also negative. I get it. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And blame me. I'm used to it.
No, Ghost Pepper says you're a PP. A pessimistic peep. So that is the new T-shirt, which will be available in stfcbriefings.com. The pessimistic Pete T-shirt, which will have Quazel's face on it. PP. He's a PP. I can't tell you how many things I purchased accidentally just by dragging up the screen. Oh, Mufasa, I know. It's the most frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life. Adding in a slider for claims would be awesome, Skeletor. Great suggestion again. Another thing is, Trainer Doberman's like free Tal. They're scared of Tal. Tal's a terrifying character. Like, they should make an evil villain part of him, because I think that's really important to sort of figure out. So I don't know how people will do that. And Sniper, why don't they release Tal? Is there any mathematical reason that's not... What?
Well, yes. In essence, there is, right? I mean, Tao is a character with the way they designed him. He takes a percentage of hull away from the target every round, right? And the higher you have him tiered, the more percentage he takes. So realistically, this would allow potentially someone to punch up significantly higher than their damage would allow them to punch up, as long as they have a crew that would allow them to survive for a long time. So essentially, you can have those situations, where you used to get like hostiles where you couldn't really kill, but they didn't do all that much damage to you, or you had a crew that like a PMC type of crew.
Yes.
And you would go 100 rounds, right? And you would barely scratch them. Well, that same situation, if you had Tau, you would beat that hostile, because you would only need depending on the tier, you'd only need 10 rounds or something, depending on which tier you had him at. So that's their fear, right? Their fear is that someone will be able to find a crew that will allow you to significantly reduce your damage, and Tau will just allow you to beat a hostile that you're completely and otherwise in no position to beat. And maybe that means people won't upgrade their specialty ships, or they won't get higher FPR ships. So that's their concern with Tau, is it kind of changes the dynamics of what's possible in the game.
And then Jay Gnack, that suggestion I don't even want to read, but people can read it in the chat. That is. I was like, I don't even want it recorded or suggested in any way possible. Panda Pirate, Tal is a fantastic for golden bosses. Just kill the 77 boss with my vengeance. But that doesn't include Tal, Panda Pirate, or does it include Tal? This is just, exactly. I know, Jake Knack, we don't want to do that. Doberman, you'll die before he procs. I agree. I don't think he's useful in the absolute, in the territory hostiles, because that's not going to work, because they'll kill you before they do it. Vince Martin says, you won't let me log on. Vince Martin, just restart everything. Make sure there's an update or anything like that happens, and that's really important for you to do, because you've just got to keep things going with that, and see if you can nothing to see here exactly. E11E. I was like, oh my god, that's the last thing I need, is saying that and suddenly it starts happening. That would be really dangerous in that. What about service Cheverek Decius burn combo? Interesting, Darth. Why not? There's a lot of very good suggestions that people can do. Ads are about to start. I'll just snooze them for a bit, just give people a chance. A lot of people to sort of do. And that setup could be quite devastating and could work out well, which would be amazing. So just keep going as best as you can with those crews and see what we can achieve with that, which gets me to the point of bottlenecks. I want to talk bottlenecks because there's a few problems in a few places that they need to have a look at. Maybe a bulk claim button to do all the block games queued at once, or that would break the game. Marco, they have suggested there is an all-over bulky thing. think they said 93.1, which I think is quite important to do. Panda Pirate, you're not reading the right number. I see the right number. It's 180. But that bulk thing, I think potentially is in the works. It just does it in the background, and I think it's locked behind a 30-day login. John Drell, no, bad suggestion, very bad suggestion. I mean, that's...
It should be 45 days. I'm with you.
Oh, yeah, no. Do not listen to this crap. Absolutely don't look it behind the login. How dare you say that? Yeah, Billy Hills goes, can you ask them to make sure the Alliance Tournament store displays the correct currency rather than... Oh, my God. Benny Hill, you're absolutely right. Because that bloody currency, why does it keep changing? I'm like, well, it's great to know that I've got 350,000 Officer Depot tokens, but can you please tell me how much Alliance Tournament tokens I have? Don't know why it does that. It seems like a very weird bug to happen, and something that's very important to do. So we will see how that works out and how it does. So, I log in every day. So Skeletor's like, yeah, fine, put 45 days. Oh, I bet if you miss a day, if you're like, God forbid, ill or something happened. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm going to put this on my to-do list to make it exactly easier in that way. Yeah, do not put it behind the login. I think the login for 7 days needs to go ASAP because that's really important to be wary of. I have... Skeletor says he has his wife trained. You have your wife logging into your game? Oh my God, that is like a whole different level. Athleti says, I got people to log in for me if I'm ill. Okay, you're that serious. I love it. Dar says students are coming for their summer practice, so we might see some fixes and new features. Who knows? Foster says, please store hide what item officers are max, like recent refineries. I hope though, Afostis, how good would it be, like, recently max, you can hide them, or it just takes them off. I don't know if they can do that, but if they can, that would be amazing. Skeletor's like...
They can, because they do it for the new stuff.
Oh, great.
New stuff they added, I think, vanished from that, if I'm not mistaken, last time. Because,
Yeah, and that'll be something that was very good for them to do. Which leads me to bottlenecks, which are quite important. So there's loads of bottlenecks in the game. And Sniper, I believe you have a list for the 75 and above, for example, and we'll work our way down. 75 and above, what are the major bottlenecks for the 75 and above? And then let's see if those bottlenecks work for everyone else. What is the major thing you've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a lot of bottlenecks for 75 and above. I mean, we talked already about like the Conquer boards, right, and how that can kind of be a bottleneck. We also got huge resource constraint bottlenecks, right? I think when I was looking at it to get from 75 to shipyard 76, which of course is the goal, right? Like 75 is a transitory level. It was something like 5 to 6 billion parseum, parseum. So, you think about like the levels before that, just to give you kind of a, indication, like the to get from like 73 to to get from like 74 to 75, it's like less than 2 billion. Right?
2 billion?
Oh, yeah, I mean, which is a lot by itself, but that jumps up by like almost triple, right? When you go there, so it just keeps on getting like increasing costs, and then you got the fact that we still have plenty of one of the key things that we need, both for ships, for research, and for buildings, is rare mats, right?
Yes.
And I mean, in addition to rare ship parts, but rare mats, right, is like a huge bottleneck. And the thing is that there's still, to this day, events. 7-day and 30-day chest. Well, 30-day now has it, right? But the 7-day chest, like even packs that include 0 rare mats, right? That's a problem. Like when you get to like this 74, 75, 70, plus level, every single thing, whether that's an event, a pack, a chest, like if it has mats, it should have rare mats, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the level appropriate mats. That's my take on it. I think would be the take of a lot of people in that realm.
Yeah, 100%.
Now,
Yeah, it seems like the rare materials also affect 70, like I've realized is 73. The only reason I went to 73 after your advice, which is like to start collecting some rare materials, just at least it's something. Which
yeah,
is
it helps to start getting the drip, but I mean, once you get past 73, once you get to like 74, 75, like so much starts taking rare. Like, I mean, even the researchers start taking like huge amounts of rare
oh wow.
materials, So, and then it's a competition, right? Because your ship requires rare materials, your research requires rare materials,
Yeah.
your buildings require rare
Oh
materials.
my god.
And I'm not talking about like small quantities, I'm talking like huge quantities. And this is post cost efficiencies, mind you, right? Like, we have like the IA building now, we
Yeah.
have all these different cost efficiencies, we have the Maverick cost efficiencies. So, like, my cost efficiencies, aside from maybe whatever's in the territory
Yeah.
now, like pretty much all my other cost efficiencies are at max for my
Wow.
ops level,
Yeah.
right? And even with that, the costs are just huge.
Yes. And you bring up a good point as well. And also Panda Pirate brings up a good point, which affects every level, by the way, which is also what's critical about how clever Panda Pirate is here. He says, voices, we need to discuss how up 75 plus players do not have enough rep to get the different FKR ships to do the Borg
Yes.
3.0 armadas, because the rep sounds insane. There are no relativities or GS31 to submit for the needed ship types. Also, need to discuss how the events do not score properly. There aren't enough players for Op 75 to do dual wave events, so basically nothing's being tested for them for balance, and STFC will end up with really broken features in high-level systems without designers to fix them early, so that you fix them for those. How many? We're getting more and more. I'm seeing more and more in the channel arriving. What are your thoughts, Sniper, regards to this? Because this does affect everybody.
Yeah.
Because you've got to get enough rep to do all three faction ships. Otherwise, you're never going to do them.
Absolutely, and I can speak to all these issues that Panda brought up, and they're great, additional issues. I talked about, in fact, the the whole F3 FKR ships issue with the Conquerors last time, but I'll just bring it up again real briefly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing is, with every pre G7, right, or pre this level, you could triple grind, right, because we had the mirror universe, so you
Yeah.
could have all three. Now, most people didn't usually, when they were at that level, have all three per se, but at least it's feasible to do, right?
Yes.
You can get three type faction ships. When you're talking about G7 players, the only way to triple grind would be to it would be basically impossible, right? It's not
Well.
completely impossible, but it's basically impossible, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So the most you could do is double grind, which means you would have to max your reputation
Oh my god.
in order to start on like the third faction, right? Let's say you're even double grinding, and double grinding could be very much slower than single grinding. I'm in fact double grinding now, and
Yes.
it's taking me. I'm just noticing compared to my peers. Obviously, it's taking me way longer to get to faction rep levels because I'm double grinding. Because a lot of the actual rep that we get that's meaningful
Yes.
come from dailies, right?
Oh
Like
wow.
we
Okay.
could grind all day. Like we get like over 100 billion just from dailies. But
Yeah.
what that means is it's hard to improve, right? Because we have different techs, we have different buffs, whatever, but they're so low. Even like hey, you see something like the Dauntless research is like 1500%. It's like,
Yeah.
but that doesn't even double the rep that I get. Right?
Wow.
And the rep I get is like super low. So like you'll do like a whole mirror run, and maybe you'll get 10, 15 billion rep, right? With
Yeah.
all the buffs, all the exos, everything, right? And that sounds like a lot,
Yes.
but when you need 500 trillion, right? It's a drop in the bucket, right? It doesn't really move the needle in
Oh
any
my
kind of
god.
meaningful
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, but
So that becomes the problem is we have no way to triple grind because they never created G7 mirror universe as of now. We haven't
Yeah,
gotten
but
any
when came that
big rep
out
bonuses.
compared
Huh?
to the past?
Yeah, but
I
also
mean, that's
Quasel.
the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
we
gonna
are
say,
going
and
back to
yeah, go on, go on, go on, go on.
we are going back to the old days. I mean, I remember G3 getting faction rep. That's been a hard grind to get to the stuff. Even in G4,
It-
it's not been as easy.
It
Mirror Universe is comparably young, and a lot of G7 reminds me about the old. I mean, I'm not a D1 player, but even I started 4 or 5 years ago.
yeah.
That speed is nothing new to me. I mean, it's been the
But
case everywhere.
But hey, I've
But-
got just let me throw this in because this will solve both your problems very quickly. Because Sandra is absolutely correct. On the lower grades, we had locks in between at various points, which gave people a choice to pursue
Yeah.
ships they like. There are no
Exactly.
locks in G7. That is a problem, I think. If you had rep locks at those rep tiers, then you can triple grind as possible, right? Because you could chase
Yeah.
one, get the other, get the other. Does that make it more even? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean that would help to some degree because like if I got up to where I get the 73 uncommon, right, which is like the the prestige 2 level in
Yes.
there, and then I was locked in that faction, I could if I wanted to, although it still again take a long time, but I could theoretically then pursue the other two factions
Yeah.
and get to that level and get the other two factions. I still don't think it's a very feasible kind of design for G7, but without a lot of changes. But it would be at least, somewhat better.
Yes.
But I just want to comment on like Quasel's thing, right? With like, oh, okay, it's like before, we had Mirror Universe, but this is kind of my problem with how they introduce things in a new grade to a little. And I don't want to be negative about it, but I just want to express what I feel is a little bit of a challenge in the design, right? It's like we have a lot of things. We have Mirror Universe, does it apply to G7? We have trade-ins for trading different materials, doesn't apply to G7.
Yeah.
We have ship part conversions, doesn't apply to G7.
Yeah.
I feel like these are core changes and improvements in the game that should apply to a new grade, right? Like you can make things harder, you can make things require more resources, but shouldn't take away core functionality of the game. It'd be like saying like, oh, well, we didn't always have indoor plumbing, so I'm going to build this new house and I'm not going to give it bathrooms. You're going to have to use an outhouse, until I get around to building bathrooms. You'd be like, no, that house is not livable. You haven't finished building the house. Like,
Yes.
I don't care that 100 years ago we had outhouses. Like,
Yeah,
we now
true.
have indoor plumbing. I'm not going to move into this house until you built the bathrooms.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah, but if
so
you
that's how I
if
feel
you
about it.
if you force them to never change an existing stuff, then they are locked in very quickly in just redoing what has been before. And then people complain, oh, nothing new, it's all the same shit once again. I get the frustration around it. And maybe the more important question is to ask, okay, maybe should there be a change for the Borg Solar Armadas to kind of allow you to do them? Because you can't get each ship type high enough to do them properly. I don't know. I've never tested the 75s. I can do the 72s with one big ship, and
Yeah, but also Quasel,
maybe that's
you can't get to the 75s. 3,500 warp range is a
Yeah,
75.
you don't have the warp range.
yeah. I get it. Maybe that needs to be looked at, and not the fact that because, as I remember correctly, in the beginning there wasn't even a possibility to lock factions. I mean, the original idea was like
Yeah.
select one faction and stick with it, and maybe that's not too bad of an idea. But then we need to look at the other stuff. So maybe the answer is not giving us locks, but looking at the range, warp range for the Borg Solar Armadas, and
I mean, Quail, that's fine, but the design has to work together, right?
Yes.
You can't say,
yeah,
oh, you got to pick one ship faction and stick to it, but you can only get one type of ship at any given level
That's what I'm
in one
saying.
faction, and yet you need 3 types of ships to do the content. Like those things don't work together, right?
Yeah, true.
Like
So,
I'm fine if you design the whole game so that I could pick one faction and I could do every game mechanic with no problem with one faction, and I have access to all 3 ship types with just picking one faction at any given level. Like that's fine. We could do that, but that's not the design of the game.
No.
And just one more point.
Yeah,
Nigel,
but that's 2 design decisions. You can change one of them.
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
yeah. You could change either one. That's fine. And Koizo, I just want to make the point, right? Like, I'm not saying they can't make changes to how things work or bring new mechanics or stuff. Like, that's fine. Bring all the new mechanics you want. Although we have plenty of technical debt, and we can talk about that. But
Yeah.
whatever. But don't take away core functionality of the game just because you launch a new grade, right?
Yes.
Like, a new grade is just like, hey, I unlocked 10 more levels, not like, hey, I'm going to reset you to how the game worked 10 years ago because I don't like all the changes that we made over the last 10 years. It's like, no, you made those changes. That's the way the game works. Unlock the new 10 levels, make whatever requirements for those 10 levels, and bring whatever new content you want to those 2 levels. Introduce things like the Veil, which is a fun new addition, right? Whatever, introduce all new things. Make the level requirements harder, which they obviously did, right? Make them more resources, but don't take away functionality. That's not, in my opinion, that's not a good way to make things harder. It's like, I have tools in my tool belt. Now I want to be able to use those tools to meet a new challenge. Don't be like, oh, your new challenge is going to take away all your tools, and then let's see how you do at beating the thing. Like, no, let me have the tools that I spent time building up. And then give me a challenge with those tools.
just let me pop in with a couple of things from the chat, which I think helps quite this debate, which I think is a very good debate. It's like also not a practical response to tell everyone to wait until they max the first 2 FKR ships and then get the ships to double back on the 75, because that's not true for the Borg Solo Armadas. Agreed. Not to mention the higher level up players get less Maverick credits they get from the tasks, which is the same issue that you'd have. So players will slowly get less rewards from the Maverick faction store as they go higher ups, because the goalpost keeps getting larger and larger, and people's want to have the ships to counterbalance them. So it does need to be looked at, Quasel. That's why maybe rep locks could be a solution. Or I'm going to throw an idea out here. This is absolutely ridiculous. You've got all the stuff is, maybe you create a rep grinding area that gives you insane amount of rep at an insane shipbuilding level, or do something that allows not a mirror universe, but allows you to go and gain massive rep. Also, Skeletor brings up a good point that even the packs are not scaled to a level that makes you be able to say, look, okay, I'll just buy my way up there. I can't even do that because you don't even get enough. You don't get trillions and trillions in a pack to a level that makes a huge difference. And then another thing to consider, like Jayberg says, is that Op 75 do not have access to any ship much greater than what's available as 73. Therefore, more likely only have a single ship, and only say Op 75 should really have the same, CBSA as a 73. There's a conjunction in reevaluating the warp range, which means 3,500 is, like the Vengeance and Max should be where the warp range is. Like the Vengeance and Max with no FCs on top should be the warp range and be able to continue the content, but also providing more rep. I don't know. You could throw a space. You've got all this galactic anomaly stuff. Maybe throw a space so you get a little bit more rep for whatever reason in a random place. You could do that and maybe have, I don't know, some ships or whatever that are a bit stronger. I don't know. You could do something like that. Panda Pirate says, Tiger, and he wants to come back, expand on the Mirror Universe. Perhaps it's time for Mirror Universe 2.0. It's not quite that, Panda. Or you need a freebooter section or whatever, or build a rep-y type grindy thing to allow more people. You've got the Veil, which has like the risk of being killed. Maybe bring lower up ranges, warp ranges lower so people can achieve that. I think that would be good. And Crisito says, I know I'm going to get slaughtered by this, but anyhow, much is needed about the 1% of the game when there are other issues need to be fixed first. No, Crisito, I slightly disagree. One of the key things is the reason I'm doing this bottleneck conversation, this same exact conversation is a problem for 55s. This exact same conversation is a problem for 55s. This exact same conversation is also a problem for 65s. This exact same conversation exactly the problem for 45s. but not 35s. 35s have the locks and have the research to get there. 45s, 55s, 65s, and now 75s have the same problem. The problem with the 75s is it's very greater and there's not even a lock. The thing is with the 65s is you now in your Maverick task have got to make a decision which way you go because you have to hit higher than what you can. So when you go to 65, you might as well go to 66 and build a ship, and you might as well build the 3 ships. And that will need adjustments and balance. There is a mid-ops balance in every single grade that there is a minor issue with, which is why I'm worried with some of the Alliance Tournament tasks for the 55s who are stuck in this. If you're 51, 52, 53, you've got no chance. 55 might give you an option to try and do stuff, but then you're very at the lower level and don't have the ability because you need a 56 ship to be able to do some of the stuff that's really useful. And at your 65, you need a 66 ship to make it useful. And that's the problem. They need to allow a 53 or a 63. Do you see what I mean, Quasel?
Yeah, I mean, we had always, and it's never been any different, ops levels that have been easier and ops levels that have been more difficult, depending on ship choices and progression choices, and depending on tier locks on certain ships, especially specialty ships, could have been this divisive factor in some areas. What about the resources and stuff in G7? I mean, just from last month to this month, the monthly resource specs, for example, I think doubled the power still in there, if you look into the game.
Yeah,
I've seen massive increases. So I think there are 2 types of bottlenecks. The one is to slow G7 down, and that's efficiencies and the trip of materials. And will they speed it up? We have seen it. I mean, since the beginning of G7 to now, we have gone, I think, about 1,000% or more in efficiencies. And I could almost bet we will see the same influx with rare efficiencies to make it easier, and maybe even more resource strips for that. That's, I think, less of an issue because that can be adjusted easily. I'm seeing more issues like Sniper said in certain content that needs more than one ship of a different type. So that needs to be looked at. I'm totally with him. I'm just saying, for me, it's not like, especially what would be a core feature of the game. I mean, even that would be a discussion we couldn't agree on most likely, because everybody sees different things in the game as core. They have a general issue, and that's a repeating pattern, and we've seen it with the tasks today. They have a very hard time separating between requirements for ops, for events, and the actual ship or building tiers we have achieved in that time.
Yeah.
And the higher you are, the more you feel the pain very often, especially in loops that, with the Borg Sphere, for example, where you can't use any other ship than the Borg Sphere because it's scaled that way that you can't use your FKR ships or other stuff. And they need to find a way to decouple the requirements in all those areas from the ops level.
Yeah.
That's a way more important thing to talk about for the future, to find a way there.
Yeah, like Pierre Meer, one of the most respectable people that we have here as well, who says we haven't seen any ship efficiency for G7 when it takes 4 packs for one ship component at a mid-tier 7 uncommon. That's morale busting, and especially the 73s, which should now be in an achievable range. I understand the 76s need to be slowed down, right? But the 73s. But Flossie brings up a good point as well. But now with the MU, you can triple grind up to G6, so you could get all 3 faction ships at 46, 56, 66, can't you? You can't do this in G7. It's a single grind, no choice, unless you are crazy and do triple or double grind, which is absolutely nuts and probably will take a lot of time. What they need to understand is like there's a rebalance required to allow you to rep. So putting a lock will at least help you make a decision. And a decision is a choice. You might continue with the 1 faction, 2 factions, or 3 factions, or you might go, do you know what? I've rep grinded. I've hit the 73 uncommon with this. I can now go back and do the 73 uncommon for the other 2. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that would make a difference. Right now, there is no choice. Right now, when you start losing rep, you'll lose it at a drastic level. Gaining rep is you don't gain it fast enough, even with all the researchers. So I think Now, I think the difference is because we have the MU for that, you almost not need an expansion, but you need something, whatever you throw in there. Maybe an area that gives you 8,000% extra rep, but it's really difficult to kill the hostiles, or something ridiculous to just give you the ability to grind a lot, not to lock it, but to get or not lose negative rep. But then that would unbalance the game, Skeletor. I think that would unbalance it in every way. Sniper, what do you think?
Yeah, I think there's one other important thing, and uh, I kind of mentioned this, you may recall previously, Nigel, but
Yeah.
there's another big challenge, at least that I saw, that probably others have saw, right? Because I've tried, somewhat to brute force this with constant mirror runs, right, and exos, but the income of exos now with the more amount of as you get a max dauntless and you get all the like 5 runs a day, right? Like the amount of exos that we have now, or the amount of exos that we get after, from the IA building now
Yeah.
is just not enough, right? I am like almost out of exos for rep, right?
Yeah.
I barely get any now, and compared to what I would need to keep these runs going. So my kind of idea, one way to solve this, right, is these rep exos are still, the same old exos. I mean, in fact, we're getting them from the IA building, right? These are like G4, G5 exos.
Yes.
What we really need is probably G6
G7.
and G7
Yeah.
exos that are significantly higher,
Love
right?
that idea.
So like
Love
these
it.
current ones are like 70 and 100%. They probably need to be like, I don't know, 3,000 and 10,000% exos or something like
Yeah.
that. Like maybe like a G6 3,000, a G7 10,000,
Well,
or
technically, Sniper,
something of that nature.
technically they sold a pack with 2,500% exo. That mechanic exists. So why not make it now more available? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. They need to make them more available. And even the 2,500 is like, again, it's okay for, these days. But even when I did buy that back one time, right?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to like try and get to a level, right? But again, even 2,500, where it sounds like a lot,
Yeah.
it honestly, wasn't that much, right? It didn't like, it wasn't like, oh man, I got like 100 billion rep really fast. Like, no, it even doing a rep run with like a 2,500 one for G7, it like kind of moves the needle, but not like in any substantial way.
No.
Like, I think we need like 5, 10, maybe even 20,000% exo. Because again, it's just an exo. We're talking about like,
Yeah.
if it's like for an hour, what does it matter if it's 10,000 or 20,000%, right?
Yeah, but also, like Lostin and Humble both come up with great points. Lostin says part of the issue is just building content that requires 3 ships of similar power while not doing functional specialty ships. Pick a lane. While Humble C says that the most people crazy overlook one very critical research for G7 rep grinding. These are the 3 FKR Prime tribute researchers. They are free to play. They are the only researchers beside FC Kirk, which is selectable, that has a negative rep modifier to hostiles. If you don't max those 3 Prime tributes, keep them at 5 to 7 and don't take them at 7-7, then the triple rep grinding in G7 is totally possible. So don't take them 7-7. It's totally possible. I was doing it. Interesting. So Humble to see. Let me go into my game and let's see if we can find that, because I think that's a very good thing that I think is important. So if we go to the research tree, where are those things? Do you know where they are, Sniper, that he's talking about? So
I think I'm trying to remember. I think they're in the Galaxy tree.
This is a tribute.
Let me see. Yeah, so they're in the Galaxy tree.
Oh, I see them. Yes. So there we go. So I've got them 7 to 7. So if you did have it 5 to 7, you are screwed. So these 3, this one, and that one, are quite important to figure out. Humble. So in other words, when people are stepping up, and I think that is something to be wary of, which I think is quite interesting.
It sounds weird from them how math is done.
Yeah,
for
increases the
SKR
repetition
stuff.
gains and losses. gains and
Yeah.
losses from
but
hostiles.
And that's the problem, right? Is that I think what he's saying is right, because I remember when Humble was first doing that, and he
Yes.
had those at a lower level, and he was able to balance out the factions because he would just put a negative rep reducer, right? And so
Yes.
when he was hitting
for
the ones that he was doing, he was able to like minimize the amount of negative rep that he was getting in order to keep the three kind of balanced, right?
Yes.
But then I think I remember when he upgraded one of those, and he was surprised that all of a sudden he's getting like a big amount of negative rep in the other faction, and so that's I think where he's going with that.
Yeah,
is
because they go in
saying
the
that,
same bucket. That might make sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But-
yeah. So once you upgrade those past a certain point, the negative faction rep becomes too high that you can't really maintain doing three of them, because it's unlike, again, the mirror universe where it's all positive rep, right? You don't get any negative rep.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing regular faction grinding, you're getting negative rep.
Yeah, true. But also this also helps the lower ops as well when you have a look at that. So have a look at this, which I think is very important to figure out. Starts at 20% and goes up to 350%. And Crisito says, I think the issue is the speed at which players have become accustomed to and how they're not happy. No one's talking about the speed here, Crisito. They're talking about able to do the content at their level, which I think there's a slight difference, because if you're doing the if you're doing the 3 ship thing, where you need it for the Borg armadas. And the problem is, as you can see, right, let me go into the game, and it goes here, it's 3,500 if I remember correctly. If you go to the 75 system, it's 3,500 warp range. The Vengeance, even if it gets max, won't even reach there. So, to me, there's a disconnect. If you're expecting people at 76 to be able to do the 75s, or the 74s able to do 75s, not able to do 72s, this becomes a problem, because that means there's a bottleneck situation. This happens all over the game. And also, it would be interesting to look at the numbers of players in the G7 ops level base and where they were time-wise from launch. I think personally we're on a schedule to just over 3 or 4 year in. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they are. I don't know what you're referring to, Crisito. My mind is gone. We must have the max out. If players start dual faction grinding a G7 at generational launch, then they would be at Prestige 3 by now, which would be up 76 is still far away, but able to get people there. I think there's bottlenecks at every level. At G7, it's just felt a bit more because there's nothing that helps you able to dual grind and catch up. But also there's bottlenecks in the lower levels as well, which I think make critical points in there. And as Flossie was showing me, FC Kirk, so if you go to Kirk and his skill tree, these 3 are quite important to look at. You know, the ones which says increases reputation gained or lost from defeating hostiles. Only 100%, but it makes a difference. So those keeping that potentially low or playing with that could be an absolutely important thing. And that is cool. I found a dual rep grind to be optimal for 71 to 74 so far, and was able to knock out 3 times affiliates, 2 times level 73 uncommons at 73. And I plan to continue to dual rep grind for the pair of rare 76s. But Humble, you're still a ship behind for be able to do the Borg Conquer armadas, and that is a really...
but if you take your uncommon into consideration from you know, it might work out if he's clear to 76 and has then 2 76 ships or 2 uncommons from.
So his grind becomes better.
But I'm a fan of rather looking at the balancing there than suddenly making the rep grind easier or whatever, because it feels then, you know, I don't know. That's just me, maybe.
Yeah, so in other words, that is what we're asking for, Quasel. No one's asking to make it easier 73. It's just a 76, 75, 76. People don't want to go there because this is a problem. That warp range number is too high. If it was 3,000, I bet loads of people will go to 76. Only because it means you can try, I don't say you'll be successful, with this, and then whatever your uncommon 73 is. And I think that's important. Exactly. So Humble says exactly, level 76, tier 7s with a 73 at tier 9 will be fine. Exactly. So he has decided his path and became one of those players that has made that decision. So great learning curve for everybody else going up to that route is that I've learned something new today. Humble the Sea has taught us really well that I need to aim for that level. But the problem is I'm 1 rep grinder, so now that won't be easy for me to do. Stalatorian says, I'm dual rep grinding and just got my Socrates and will soon get my Klingon battleship and plan to use my Athena as the third ship. Interesting. Well, the Athena reaches there because you can't use, I don't know, the Excelsior. But I mean, the Excelsior can probably reach there, but it's not strong enough to do anything. So even if we go to the Excelsior and we select it up, and even if you get it up to its top levels, it's still, I mean, I've only got it 73, but that warp range is not going to make it strong enough to be able to do anything. And I think that's important. But you still need one sacrificial ship that's going to get you there at least. And I think then the research from the Borg Conquerors make a huge difference. Pyramir says, most won't be able to upgrade 2 uncommon 73s. Doing 1 is hard enough. Agreed. Yeah. I mean, I'm terrified about what level that the uncommon 73 in Sigma Trit is. I think it's, I've looked at it on Spock's Club and went, oh dear God, this looks terrifying.
You don't want to know.
No, just it hurts. I saw the number. I was like, can't be millions. Oh, wait, it's trillions. Oh, dear God. Okay, that's even worse. And I think people will be fine doing the rep grind. It's only because they're taking us to do tasks that are impossible with a single rep grind. That's the issue. Exactly. And what are people talking about? Let's go to Faction Store and let's show you what in the Maverick Store what everyone is sort of worried about. And it is this tasks here. When this one becomes a little bit too hard, the Bone Conqueror Armadas, right? So I always wait, but look at this. 72 is 30 points. 75 jumps up to 46, 76 jumps up to 53. To do those, you need more than 7 starts to do it for the week. For this one, you need 8 starts unless you hit 75s or 76s. And that's where the problems lie. There is a disconnect here, and this disconnect is in every middle ops level in the game, especially from the 55 onwards. Because look at the 55s, 1 point. Which means this has become ridiculously impossible. 58s, 4 points, slightly better. 60s, and there's a major.
That's why we suggest that in the beginning, like do 5 1 week, and you can then do maybe the second week more. So there are ways to kind of play a little bit around with it for those that can't kill those.
Yes.
But yeah, it doesn't feel good.
No,
I'm totally there with you.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that's something you guys can bring out because that is important. That's why we would do this. And Loston says, to be honest with you, Nigel's right. He's the greatest person I've ever met. He's the sexiest man alive. And also, wow, Loston. I mean, please calm down, Loston. But Loston and the other message he sent says, to be honest, range Kuru on the Vengeance, summon in Eviscerator, summon in ships you need, but as you increase in level, you'll only have 1 ship that is capable, or best 2. The issue is really requiring 3 ships and having 3 competent ships very difficult. And this is relatively new and hasn't been repeated, which is absolutely true. Less than 1% of people have the Vengeance summon. Very good point. By Humble to See. I can't help but feel that there is a penalizing certain ops levels, though, Flossie says to Quasel. The issue is that this requires a 500 summon feature, which is winning RLB. Do you know what would be amazing? I'm going to say it out loud now. All these excess parts you give us an event store, put it in here, put it in the Alliance Tournament store, put the Vengeance Summon in there, and you watch people go ahead in this Alliance Tournament store at Alliance Tournaments like you've never seen. You watch people spend because do you know why people don't buy the $500 of the packs? And Sniper will tell you, does it have any G7 materials in it?
0.
So why would you be enticed as a G7 to buy it? If it had G7 materials, you'd consider it, right? Potentially.
Yeah, at least consider it. But yeah, I 100% agree with you, Nigel and Mike, and as if they would put that in the AT, in the event store, like we would definitely engage in that event to get it, right? If they would give us a parts conversion, like we would engage in the Vengeance Mine thing to get parts to convert to those things. Like there's a lot of ways they can do it and still have some type of scarcity or monetization to it, and like it's not just like, hey, we're giving it away, even though some could argue these are basic features they should give away for Max Vengeance owners. But even if they don't, like there's see that RLB that you have?
Yeah, I'm showing people this. It's ridiculous.
As a Max Vengeance owner, you actually can't even participate in that.
Oh, so you can't even...
once you max your Vengeance, there's no parts to upgrade. They don't even show you the event anymore. So you can't even win it. There's no way. The only way you can acquire it once you max your vengeance is by buying the packs. There's no other way to get it.
Candid Onion says
That's
second vengeance.
that's a problem.
That sounds ridiculous. Sorry, Beach Dwell. I haven't seen you up there. Please pop in.
I don't know. Does that event reappear if you build a second vengeance?
I
I
have
don't
no
even
idea.
know if it does.
That would be a question to ask. Yes, Beached.
I was just gonna respond to something I think Sniper said a bit ago about the exocounts. I was saying this in MJ's voice channel yesterday. I think one thing they failed to do at the game is keep stuff up to date, and I really felt like away teams really stood out to me. They released the new away team stuff right before G7 released, and I really thought there should have been away teams for G7. Exocount shouldn't have died at G5. They should have been available in G6. They should have been available in G7. And I think they need to move towards, you have game mechanics that should move with the game, not get left behind.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Which is why we're bringing this feedback in. And Crisito, you want to jump in with a few points here as well?
Well, I think the one big thing, right? So we're talking about what we're calling the core progression, right? Which is the G7, sorry, faction progression, right? So your FKR stuff. I think the struggle is the fact that you have the side loops, which have become the mission over the last period of a year, that don't line up correctly, right? So I think one of the things right now is you can hear folks trying to solve it, right? Hey, we need to be able to have access to the concmatas that are over there. All right, but do you blow up now the faction side of the house just in order to do that?
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the part that gets a little wonky. And I think what happens is, and I hope they don't follow the same pattern they did in G6, is that to address some of those issues, they start putting out all of these crazy efficiencies or all these crazy other things that go, and then it just blows it up. Right. And then we end up in the same boat that we're in now where, and again, I know you talked about it's not necessarily the speed. That's fine. But I think then we end up with that speed being a little too fast. And so we have players that are bored at the top.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you don't have anything being fixed on the bottom end, if that makes sense.
Yeah, true. And Mufasa brings up a good point. He says he totally agrees, which is why he highly approves the updated territories, because they are updating older content to make it more relevant today. And I think that they just need to just balance that G7 somehow. And they created this slight weird imbalance. Maybe faction locks is the solution. I have no idea. What do you think, Sniper? What is the solution really?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say that there is one, solution that's going to fix everything. I think, my take on it is that they should look at certain things as core aspects. And I know Quasel said people won't necessarily agree on core. I think that's probably true, but I think there's certain things that most, not everybody, there's always be outliers, that most can agree are core mechanics of the game, even what, Beach was just talking about, like that they haven't kept up with, right?
Yeah.
I think if, they bring in some of those core mechanics to the game, to all grades, including whatever the latest is. And it's G7 today, it could be G8 tomorrow, it could be G9, G10, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, every grade in the game should have access to the same core functionality.
Yeah.
And I think that starts to solve it, but it doesn't necessarily the only solve to these things. I think the individual, I guess you could call them side loops.
Yes, yeah,
It's hard to even call them that at this point. But they might need individual fixes, right?
Yes.
But I think if we don't have to recreate the wheel, right? We already have Mirror Universe. Make Mirror Universe expandable to G7, right? That helps the rep thing right away. We don't got to create a new solution for it. And I agree with you, the locks.
Yeah.
I mean, the locks are debatable, right? Because even
Yes.
at the lower levels, not every level had a lock, right? Only basically the major levels, right, had locks. And a lot of them were based on when grades, whatever the max thing that came out when the grade was available, right? It's just, we don't see it right now because the max thing for G7 just seems so unobtainably high, right? That we don't see it. But like, I think when G6 came out, the lock was the max that was available at G6, and when G5 came out, it was the max that was available at G5. So there wasn't really truly ever incremental locks. It's only people who weren't at the cutting edge of the game, like,
Yes.
can now, through today's lens, see it as incremental locks. But when that content was released, it wasn't really incremental locks at that time. So it's not actually different from a locking perspective from, for that. So I don't know if that per se is the answer. It's not a bad idea, by the way, just given the state of the game, right?
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea. I like where you're going with it, by the way. It's a really, it has absolute merit as a quick fix, right?
Yeah.
But I think, part of the long-term fixes,
Yeah.
hey, you're building the house, finish building the house, right? We can talk about like whether there's, furniture and everyone has their different style of that, but like when I talk about core, right? Like, hey, it's a house. It should have walls and a roof and bathrooms and the basic things that are considered a house, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So in my opinion, things that aren't loop specific, like map conversions, like
Yes.
ship part conversions, like exos, and even to some degree, I know Mirror Universe is technically a loop, but it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
I consider it semi-core to the game and how it's helps with rep, which is kind of a core mechanic.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I think those few things are core mechanics, right? Those are core aspects of the game that affect the entire gameplay, right? Not just, they're not hyper specific to a loop.
Yes, exactly.
That's my definition of
Yeah,
core.
if I could just jump in very quick. Thank you, Raiders. Welcome in, Jason V-neck. Thank you very much for that fat raid coming in. Please do follow us on the channel. We are just discussing bottlenecks in the game at the moment, but you guys have timed it quite well. And stay on because we will be going into giveaway soon as Cruzito comes with his version as well. Cruzito, what do you think?
Well, and I think Sniper is onto something here, right?
Yeah.
When he talked about the core progression, right? Right now, really, why we care about the quote unquote locks or do whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? Is because focusing on the concommoders, right? The fact that you can't get a ship or ships up there. I think where they made a mistake with those was having what you call like a hard lock or hard requirement on it, where if they wanted to make it something challenge, like, okay, you're
Yeah.
going to get extra damage if you use all three of the same type or whatever it is, right? And so you maybe get like progressively better if you have one of each,
Yeah.
but it doesn't become a go home, you're dead, there's no chance, right? Those are the things that they need to start if they want to go that route by challenging us, is making soft locks, if you will, that then doesn't make it feel so super bad, right? So Sniper, I think if you had, let's say, your G6 uncommon, it's an interceptor, maybe you had your rare, but you didn't have the other third one, right? But you could get maybe, I don't know, the Vengeance or something like that, and it just happens to be the same as what your other two are, and you're able to go kill it. Okay, great. Now you maybe lose that. I think those are the things that are there, and I think what Sniper's talking about is we want to be able to progress evenly, but because you have all of these other things that were not communicated across teams, and when you came out with them, they feel really disjointed, and then it makes us feel like it sucks, right? I mean, that's just the part about it.
Yeah, no, true. And also, Blue Angel brings up a very interesting point. He says, wouldn't all of this come under the so-called pause? No one from Scopely has said there was a pause. The official CCs have said the M95 seems to be where there's some more impact happening. So let's hope that is what they're doing though. And now they were hoping to working on stuff or on suggestions that came in. No, suggestions they're working on now. I think the official CCs have made a considerable and positive difference to the game. There's loads of suggestions, I believe, that they have made quite considerable difference to a lot of gameplays. So while we have them, what is the point of this platform? This platform is to give them some ideas they can go to and bring back to their team, which is why I encourage having a panel that I moderate to sort of bring these discussions, and you can hear the suggestions of where the bottlenecks are. Sandra says why there needs to be a warp lock at 3,500 anyway. It is not like G6 players will be killing those solo armadas anyway, right? So that is really important. But Blue Angel, you said your thought or suggestions. No, so Blue Angel, a lot of the stuff they're actually doing now. For example, I believe there's been major changes in the Lions tournaments because of the official CCs. I believe that there have been changes to loads of core mechanic aspects because of them. So, and I believe a lot of stuff, is changed from what they sort of witness from playtests and discussions and sort of bring stuff like that. So I think that that's a positive thing. They come here and listen to us. Fantastic news. And then that feedback goes through, but hopefully they're hearing it from the different point of view of people that have had issues before. And before this becomes a problem later, let's deal with it now to allow some people, not relief, but able to still play in a certain way and not feel demoralized about everything. Ascendancy says the instant go home to cancel specific officer abilities powering through the mechanic, which we have cheesed before. Yes, but hopefully they won't do that. So, and Sandra brings up a point. Knock that warp range down to 3,000 a plus, and suddenly let them try, right? Let's give people the opportunity to have a go, because I think that would be amazing. Yes, MJ Hat.
So to your point, Nigel, there have been a lot of things that have come from not only this platform, but all content creator platforms that have went back into the program and been sent up as suggestions or all the different kinds of avenues we have to speak with devs, be that in meetings, be that in the content creator Discord, yada, yada, yada. That the impact and the feedback that everyone provides matters. This is a more streamlined way to do it here on Briefings, and that's one of the reasons I try to do the same thing. But it's more impactful when it comes from this group of people. So I absolutely will say thank you to everyone for your feedback, your suggestions. You are being listened to.
That's good to hear. All other platforms. Now, up to quickly was said to this G6. Wait, get your FKR up. Says go to G7. Oh my God. Okay, I can't read all of that ascendancy. My dyslexic brain just went crazy while I'm thinking about that one. So yeah, and that's the aim. So you can hear that there is multiple feedbacks and multiple levels to absolutely give you an opportunity to fix this. And I wouldn't miss out on it if I were you. I'd focus on giving that feedback back. In you, Ghost Pepper, I'd love to just come to you a little bit as our mid-ops person here on the stage. Do you believe that you guys are having any bottlenecks? What stops you, Ghost Pepper, mainly? I mean, jokes aside, genuinely, from being able to go up. Is it specific mechanics? Is it like not wanting to risk something? Or what is it exactly, Ghost? If you are still listening, probably not. Sniper says, I agree with Cruzito. Soft locks are better than hard locks. Let me have a chance to try it. If I'm strong enough to take it out with 2 ships, or I have 3 ships that can reach but all the same type, I should be able to reach and try even if I don't have 3 ships of every type. Absolutely agree. Yes, T-Rex armor and ability to reach. Too many loops, Ceridan says. Yeah, I feel listened to when... Oh, God, Ostas. Sometimes I feel like that is... quite a difficult way. And then, Abs, I don't know if you've been listening, but we were talking about okay, Ghost Pepper is back. Come back, Ghost Pepper. The floor is yours. What do you believe? Is there any things in your that you've got locks in, like everyone else has been talking here? Bottlenecks.
Other than level locks, that's pretty much it. Right now, we're trying to get. Sorry, I did miss some because I had to go take another phone call.
That's right.
But. And then getting enough officers, like the crews. But that's the same stuff that we've been talking about. And there's still loops to do and things to accomplish. But bottlenecks at my level is getting level locked. And so you got to level up.
Yeah, exactly. And those are specific things in there as well. And Mufasa says, "Welcome back, Ghost Pepper," which I think is quite funny.
Sorry.
It's just, no, it's mad with that. But yeah, soft lock is very good. I think Cruzito's got a good point. I think you could see from Ghost Pepper that those things are a little bit less at that levels, but more prominent in the G7s. And those are really important aspects of the game that we need to look at and see what we can do. And I think that's unique to that as well. Yes, Cruzito.
Yeah, and I think the one thing, and that's why, unfortunately, I know a lot of us would love to see the Tells and the Leslies and all that come into the game, right? And they were really beneficial and they were great. But I do think then, in order for us to kind of have that, soft lock thing, they're gonna have to potentially remove some of those older mechanics, right? That'll let people that were punchy way, way, way above their weight class, right? Like the
Yes,
fact
yeah,
that you
yeah,
had,
yeah.
you had G4s like rocking out there, like you shouldn't be able to do that. And I think we should probably say, yeah, that's fair, right? But I do think to an extent, if you're able to reach it, yeah, go try it. I
Yes.
think you should be able to use the tools or most of the tools. But I don't think having a singular officer or a singular thing that lets you just destroy things you shouldn't be there, I think that's also bad as well.
Yeah, true, and that's really important for everybody to sort of be wary of. But yes, the soft lock idea, I think you've come up with a very good solution that doesn't break the economy. And Ghost Pepper says she can kill 60s anyway, so it's not like that is a problem for her. So there you go. That is an important thing.
Yeah, she's been at 40 something for probably 3 years, right? So, and now that ATs are going to be good for G3 and G4,
You know what?
she's going to be there for another probably 2 more years. So I think that's solid.
I've only been in the 40s.
Yeah,
Come on.
Ghost Popper has done that, but that's amazing, and I think it concludes what I believe is a really outstanding discussion today, where we've got loads of feedback about Alliance tournaments. We've given you a specific list that is still available for everybody to sort of have a look at and see. That sheet is available. I have opened the claims for marbles as well, so that you guys can do that. It's really important to guys that we continue these discussions, we continue having in-depth discussions, and continue doing really good feedback. So it gives our lovely official CCs something to sort of come from us, and we're not the only place that gives feedback, just to be clear. There's more people like that. So thanks to the panel, thanks to everybody. Let's move on to marbles and let's do some giveaways. Let's have a bit of fun. So let's kick it off as I do here. Remember, all the bits, all the subscriptions, all everything. We were a bit low last month, so I'm trying to see if we can catch up on a few things because I had to put quite a lot of my own. I have updated the throne, by the way. If anyone fancies throwing anything in the throne, I just put a few bits and bobs that are really small. If anyone wants to help out, that'd be really cool. X Point Play, let's go. Let's kick it off. We're doing a few things. Anyone that wants a subscription to Colby's Substack, please do contact me in DMs. I've got 3 to give away as well. So if people want that, please let me know. And I will be more than happy to share. All I need is an email from you, and I'll just give you a free subscription to hers. There's 3 that she's given out, 3 more. So I've got that there. But in marbles, we'll go to STFC briefings. I would wait till next week. There's a massive drop of over 40 items that are coming in that are really cool, that I've been working very, very hard on. They're very briefings heavy, and we've gone with a class ring and a little bit of a collab going on with a few designers that have done really important things in, which is wonderful. Subscription. Oh my God, August Valkyrie, isn't her story incredible? That's why me and her get along. But just in case people can see, you can see her here. Please do, subscribe to that. But if you want, there's 3 more subscriptions I can hand out. So just DM me. First 3 to DM me can have that subscription for free. All right, here we go. Point Play. Let's go. Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Come on, join in. Don't miss out. We want to have as many numbers as we can to do this. Play 4. There's new marbles on the screen. If you can do Point Play and put a number, you can choose that ball to be your ball. And let's see if we can get a hype train going, and we can do a lost in and see whether we can keep this going long enough to do that, and we'll do so. If we do something, if we hit special subscription numbers...
Hey,
yes. What's that, Jacobs? Yeah, what's the line? Yeah, what is it? What are you trying to
That's
say?
the bottom line, because Cold Steve said so.
Who's Cold
Yeah,
Steve?
that's
I don't know
me.
who that is. Actually, you should play. Let's go. You could choose a number of marble. Also, we're trying to hit a partner plus 1 this month. This is the last month we've got to get it. We're very, very close. I'm sure when everyone's subscriptions renew, we will get there. And I will give away some Microscape stuff as well to help you guys out, which is absolutely amazing. There's no play 6, there's only 5. There's Sergeant Jim PI's there. All right, I'm about to start. Here we go. Race number 1. Is Cruzito going to give away his mug to KJ? That's a big question. Kelmivore, welcome in. I saw you followed us today. Thank you very much for following in. And here we go. The race begins. And the marbles have kicked off. Remember, 50 bits or more to cause havoc to 2 people. 100 bits or more to cause havoc for 10 people. And MJ Hat takes a huge lead. His tiny hat's going everywhere. But Flossie takes a huge lead in that. Anyone's going to throw some bits. Let's see if we can get a hype train going. 100 bits or more to cause a hype train to begin. And the race continues. And people are bouncing left, right, and center. Wow, they got this. Nay Never just died. Darth Gamer just died. TCP Hawks just died. Sydney Sorensen just died. Sojim just died. Tacos Chemtech, Trek Diva, El Mac Taco, Mufasa. 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 Mufasa's dead. Rage Star for 200 bits to cause some havoc here. And August Valkyrie with 100 bits to cause even more havoc. Ellie Oelzy got thrusted. Draven got dingled. Martok got no gravity. Ellie Oelzy just died. Domo just died. Martok GSC just died. And here we go. Ignac is in there. Martok just died. And GW292's death. But J-Babes takes the lead. J-Babes who tells Cruzito how to play the game because Angie just got exploded. Cruzito just went... You got exploded. I'll one day take over this alliance and it'll be mine. I'll be like, oh my god, well, I don't know what's going on here. And here we go. The race continues. And we're trying to figure out who's going to win this. But it's battles everywhere. Christian is trying to make it in there, but Ignac is in the lead. And here we go. Keep it going. Keep it going. And a hype train. 3 more subs to let us finish level 1 or 1.2k bits. Jay Ignac and a few people are battling. Captain Palmer's in the lead. It's quite a difficult finish down there. So we'll see how people cope with this one. They're working its way to Captain Palmer. What are you doing? Are you allowing them to go ahead of you first? What's happening here? Do you know? Maybe Captain Palmer's got a secret tactic that no one knows about. And here we go. And there is me trying to battle his way through. Athletes trying to get there as well. Let's see if people are going to make it. But is it going to be a win here? Is it going to be an easy win? Are they going to get through? Jay Ignac, are you going to finish it there? Jay Ignac, you missed. You had no pace. A bit more pace. Captain Taylor's got a bit of a chance here. And is he going to make it? No, it's absolutely died. Yeah, Jay Babes, I don't know what happened. Cruzito took over, and then I just died. Everyone just died. Can anyone go through the hope? Sandra wins! Sandra wins for the first time in her life. Sandra's finally done it. The hero of all in Star Trek Fleet Command. Sandra is the winner. You win a mug from STFCbriefings.com. Wait till Monday. Tomorrow, and then you'll have a huge collection to choose from. The Netniv Band one, there's a lot of great ones. There's Such a Sheet. You know, exactly. I love to do that. Yay, Sandra, a deserved winner. Congratulations, Sandra. Let's get a prediction up as well. MJ Hat, if you can do that, that would be amazing. Sandra, you are the winner, and only 2 finishers on this one, which makes it very interesting. So predictions have started. Sandra, you know what to do. Find me on Discord. Nigel Exec Producer, click on my name. You've DM'd me before. Just DM me again. And just say, I want a mug, and I will do that. Yay, I was the last one to die. Crazy! Just say, crazy. Can you write the word I died? Just the word I died. See what happens. Or you can put Sadhausen. One or the other. You can put that in there. Exclamation point play. I'll give you a chance, guys, to put the predictions in. Crazy, that one's for you. If you write the word I died, space died, you can do that. Come on in, people. Exclamation point play. Let's go. You are cursed. Give me human money so you can stop Diehausen, and then you can win. You can win Hausen. Oh, interesting. There you go, Crazy. No exclamation points there. That is something you could type in the chat and make it do that. Crazy. I mean, Nigel Botthausen's telling you that, give me human monies. To make that work. Come on in, excellent, love it. I know. I'm working on Nigel Botthausen a lot. I'm trying to get him to interact a bit more. I've got a few changes I've seen today that I want to make. So yeah, I'll continue evolving the character and seeing how well we go. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the hype train. 3 subs to let us finish level 1. That would be amazing. Michelle with a stream streak. That is so huge. That's 3. Ooh, cool, Hausen. You make streak, Hausen. We love you, Hausen. Come on in, people. Exclamation point play. Don't miss out. Let's go. We haven't got long on the hype train. The predictions are done, so here we go. Exclamation point play, exclamation point play. Fat Unicorn, you made it in as well. You can put exclamation point play and choose a number to choose one of those delicious, lovely marbles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have an eyeball, which would be interesting because you can say, I see you in this one. Here we go. Here we start. Jay Ignac, you've managed to make it in. 1 minute left on the hype train. I'm going to start. Beach Whales in. We need 3 subs to get us to the next level. Suzy Q22 with 1,000 bits. That gets us within 160 bits to get us to the next level. Is it going to happen? Suzy Q22 cause havoc in every way possible. Thank you, Suzy Q22, with 4 more. And she sends us in there at 1,400 bits. Oh my God, try giving eyes. Evil XP just dingled. Crazy, you just got thrusted. Oh, and Crazy went, That's what Crazy did. Crazy, and there's explosions everywhere. Mad Hatter got eyes. MJ Hat died. Michelle died. McTaco died. Gary Busey died. I mean, there's deaths everywhere. Albatron got eyes. TCB Hawks is somehow still alive in some way. No one knows what's going on. You know, I died. Maflat Q got dingled. Oh my God, Maflat, you managed to change your name. Oh yes, you did. That's really good. That makes a huge difference. Carelius, because you're very careless, is in the lead. Careless is in the lead, working his way through. Thank you so much. And Lasich, Rage Starved, and Ostis with 100 bits each to cause absolute havoc. Not say you are there. Jim P.I. you just died. Matt Hatter just died. Ramscoop just died. Oh, this is going to be very interesting for predictions, MJ Hat, because if someone predicted a bit low, they might get a chance here. But the finish is also difficult, which means people are going to be Carelius is trying to make his way through. But then August Valkyrie, she's in the lead. Carelius and August Valkyrie battling between each other. Carelius is like, okay, well, I'll just take the lead if you're going to hit that bump. And he avoids the bomb. Good one, because he is a da bomb as he avoids his way through. Carelius is in the lane. Lasich, you just died. General Hulk, I died. General Hulk just typed the word I died without the emoji, and you might get a funny response from Nigel Botthausen. King Gaza, you just died. But then, Gandalf the Greyish-ish. Is that Lostin's grandfather? Gandalf the Greyish, you are the winner. Gandalf the Greyish, you are the winner. You are the winner. Congratulations, Gandalf the Greyish. Exclamation point Discord, please, in the chat. All you have to do, Gandalf the Greyish, is go to exclamation point Discord. Join our Discord. Find me, Nigel, on the right-hand side. Click on my name. You have won a mug from STFCbriefings.com. I ask you to wait till tomorrow because there'll be 50 more SKUs and quite a few mugs to choose from. So you can choose some nice, new, fun stuff to get choices from. I've managed to move a few things around to do so. Congratulations, Gandalf the Greyish. And prediction results are in. We have 4 to 6 finishers. Just a 4th. Coffin House has ruined it for everyone with that finish. Joe. Oh, Joe! Oh, my God. He's here. Oh, my God. Do you know who this is? This is the legend of all marbles. He is one of the greatest people. Let's give him a shout out to Joe C. Go, please, team, if you don't mind doing that. Actually, shout out to him. He is honestly one of the greatest marble players of all time. Like, I've learned everything I know about marbles from this man. I'm just here to support. I am here to be iconic. And check him out. He's an absolutely great guy. He's from Chicago as well. He's absolutely terrific to spend time with. Let's get the community out there and let's go and support him. He plays loads of marbles, loads of giveaways in sort of like the claims and stuff. So, exclamation point play. Let's do number 3 out of 5. You can win a mug from STFCbriefings.com. Please do help Jojo. He's absolutely amazing what he does. Exclamation point play. Let's go. Let's join in. Don't miss out. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the hype train. 3 subs or 1.5k bits. Let's keep it going. Everything goes in. I play with balls, Shepesh says. Okay, whatever you do. I'm not judging you, my friend. I'm not judging you at all. Whatever you do will be there. 101,000 goes to Candid Onion. Jesus Christ, that's a huge win, isn't it? MJ Hat? Any stainless steel tumblers? Yes, Fire Force. There will be tumblers tomorrow. I will try and release them today. I've just got a bit of work to do tonight. But yes, I will release them tomorrow. Loads and loads of tumblers and things like that. A lot of people have requested things, so I've, moved a few bits about and I'll get some things going. Exclamation point play. Okay, let's go. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. A chance to win any mug you want from STFCbriefings.com. Loads of selections. We got 50 seconds left on the hype train and 3 subs to get us there. And here we go. I'm about to press start. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 9, 8. Loads of people coming in. Jojo, let me show you how we do the commentating part. Are you ready? From the few in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to marble. Here we go. Crazy takes a huge lead, which is the biggest miracle in history in itself. That sentence is huge. So come and join us. Here we go. Crazy's taking a huge lead, and then he just slowed down. He's like, nah, I'm not falling for this. I don't win easily. I don't want to win. Cottontail uses a fake emoji to get a little boost. Anyone going to throw some bits in to get us in there? Oh my God, 10 seconds left on the hype train. 3 subs, and there it is. Flossie gives out 3 subs to send us to the next level of the hype train. Thank you so much, Flossie. Loads of people falling down. E just died. General Hook just got dingled. He went, He got jingled. Rage Starve just got a boost with his 50 bits to get us a boost a little bit 32. August Valkyrie could do 100 bits to get yet another boost in there. The deaths are all over the place. No one knows what's happening. Studio 506 DM me. DM me. Yeah, exactly. That studio is really amazing, I think. Panaman takes a huge lead. Panaman, but right in front of Panaman is Elliot Olsey. Elliot Olsey, you just died. I just watched you die. I watched you die, and police report's going to come in and be like, so I saw her walk around and go across here, and then the big boom that happened. I'm just a witness to seeing her die. So LOLG just died at death before anything. Susie Q22 with 100 bits to try and cause some havoc. Crazy just died. Oh, Crazy, you died. Crazy, and the quotation marks died. Because you're not dead, really. You just died. So here we go. Albatron. Abs is working his way through. Cyrodians is back there as well. Loads of people are battling. Athleti86 is working in there. That is not the year that he was born. If it is, then he's very young. Lingus has got there. Candid Onion is working his way through. Let's see what people. Snipers in the distance. We see people go. General Hoax got a chance. Cottontail just died in every way possible. You know, the thrust. M. Tomboy, you said you got thrusted in every way possible. Susie Q22. J Babes. John Drell. Unsubbed user, you're all dead. This is a chaos beyond chaos in every way possible. And MJ Hat just landed on the floor. He's giving himself a hand. Will the Hat win? He's going around the circle and he missed it. The MJ Hat just missed it because James Bongabar just decided to go way ahead and says, and then he misses. Kelrick, you are the winner. Kelrick, congratulations, my friend. Kelrick, yet again, an outstanding winner. And Nutsa, you are second. Let's see how many with that one. What a battle that is. Mufasa, we're watching him go slow. Come on, Mufasa. Mufasa, hurry up. Mufasa, come on. Jesus. 100 bits there by Crow Dog or Vega. And he just killed Beach Whale and Captain Palmer. And then Mufasa, you just, after all that, just jumped over the hoop. I mean, you know there's a hole there to aim for, Mufasa. Can you stop missing these things? I mean, it's really easy. Kelrick, you are the winner. You have won before. Actually, point Discord, find me and join in. Find out 4 finishers here. Let's keep it going while the hype train's going. Here we go. You know, let's keep it going because I don't want to give away. X-Switch pointed play. Let's go. I want to give as many giveaways as possible as I can. A chance to win, give away a mug from STFCbriefings.com. Loads to choose from. Tomorrow you'll have way more to choose from, like way too many. Zolix, all you have to do is be following us in the channel to be able to win. Following us in the channel is all I ask you to do, and it helps me out as well, gets my numbers up, which is what I'm looking for. To Exchange Point Play, let's go. A chance to jump in and win something here. You don't want to miss out. Even Jojo the Great is here. If Jojo's here, that means the world is about to change, because Chicago's own CM Punk, Chicago-made CM Punk of this channel is here to do that through. August Valkyrie, you managed in. Fat Unicorn, you're in. Exclamation Point Play, don't miss out. There's a chance to do so. We want to rattle through these and do what we can. So we are level 3 hype train, 4 subs to get us to finish it, and 1 minute and 30 seconds left on it. And we will have ads in 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Let's see if we can get through this and see whether we do. Princess Keely 95, thank you for following in. If you follow, you can win, and that's all I ask is for you to follow. A Followhausen, welcome to the channel. Come and join in the fun. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Nigel Botthausen. You are superb. Princess Kaylee's made it in. Dragon Ghost Rider, you made it in. First time Tacker as well. Don't forget to follow the channel. It's easy to follow. It's free. It helps me. So please do it for me. Come and do that in every way possible. Let's get these numbers up as much as we can. 1 minute left on the hype train. So I'm going to go and crack on. 1 minute left for subs. So here we go. 1.8k bits, I think it is. 1.8k bits. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. A chance to win a mug from STFCbriefings.com. You just have to be following the channel. Here we go. And the race begins. And there is an early battle that's happening because people are getting through the cluster as they go through. Dragons, Ghost Rider, you're following at the right time. Thank you so much for following. following the channel. That's really amazing. Careless, Candid, Onion, all of them are looking at this roundabout saying, how do I go around the roundabout? It's called a roundabout. You go round the roundabout. You don't get stuck in a roundabout. That's the key to that. Real Sojum is in there, and everyone's working their way through. There's a huge battle. General Hoku just died. Dragon Ghost Rider just died. Jake as E11E just died as well. But in that, we see Mom Troy in the lead. Mom Troy's got a chance and a half to try and do something really iconic. Mom Troy avoids the Bomb of Doom through Peg Alley. Yes, that Peg Alley, both in sexual and non-sexual ways. So depending how dirty your mind is, this is your chance to make a decision regarding that. Tacos Chemtech we're watching him. The Real Sojum is right behind into, a roundabout that's a little bit simpler to get past, but they're all struggling it. The other one had a mustache on it, which made it slightly more difficult. Jeff Games, STTVs, trying to get himself in there. Here we go with the ads coming in. Hype Train has ended, sadly, which means this will be the last race. With that, and we will raid out to someone. So come on in, people. The last race. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Miss out. Throw everything we can in there. Here we go. Here we go. Harry Biggie. Mom Troy, you just died. Why did you just die? It's really easy. Choo. Lasich, thank you so much for all your donations and all the help and everything you guys do for this channel. Let me snooze this last ad because we're not going to make it in time. Shepesh, you just died. John Drell, you just died. Real Sojum, you just died. We're watching everyone from a distance. We're watching this battle, but we see the Domo battle here with Harry Beggar just died a death. Princess Keeley, oh no, you just died, Princess Keeley. It's really sad. You're one of the new ones. We want you to win. Toast Special. Interesting. Do you like burnt toast or do you like it medium made? This is quite important. Kevin's, you just died. Zondrix, you just died. And, oh my God, you just died. I guess your toast was not special. Maybe just burnt. Maybe it's too long in the toaster. We're about to see. Mufasa is now made it round and roundabout. But here we go. Albatron. Easy win for Albatron here. He is now a big eyeball. Can Albatron the Great win? And no, his name is not A Bold Ron. His name is not Ron, which means his name doesn't work. And Abs misses. How could you miss? It's just there. Lady Patu misses. It's just over there. Aphostis wins. Aphostis wins. Aphostis wins. Congratulations, Aphostis. You are the winner, and it makes me really happy to do that. That is Aphostis is the winner, and very well deserved. That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely love you for doing so. Aphostis couldn't be a better winner. Joe, you just missed in every way possible. Thank you, everyone, for an outstanding discussion, an outstanding stream with outstanding loads of stuff to sort of look forward to. It's been absolutely brilliant having you all. I really love doing this. This is going to be a great moment. I want everyone to meet one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. Part of my team, Juicy Tao. Are you ready for Juicy Tao, everybody? Because you're about to witness something amazing. Absolutely cause havoc. Just say, we want Potato Trump, right? You want Potato Trump. Ready? Everyone say you want Potato Trump. Is everyone ready? Everyone wants Potato Trump. He does the best Potato Trump of all time. We want to cause him so much havoc. I want to raid him with so many people that I want him to break. I want him to cry, because when he cries, he does Valley Girl crying in a really funny way. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Live long, stay tuned. Until next time, goodbye.